1-877-CARS for kids. KARS, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877-CARS for Kids. KARS, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families join together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpolese Italian Bakery and Deli since 1924. Now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpolese family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpolese Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at corpolesbakery.com.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic's business office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Media Group, LLC. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Jamie should not deliver like a funny line to me right before we take to the air.
It's my bad.
That was bad on your part. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Little bit of a skeleton crew on Friday today as Pat is a little under the weather. So literally I told Pat yesterday, I said, you look like hell. I said, Pat always looks like an extra. What was that vampire?
Twilight.
Pat always looks like he could be an extra from Twilight.
Yeah, the boy needs some vitamin D. Get outside.
And
stop staying in ice rinks and movie theaters.
And I said, please, let's. He wasn't feeling well, and I said, Pat played hurt yesterday, really hurt. And I said, please stay home. Get yourself some rest. Get yourself like 36 hours of sleep.
Take some Imodium. Get rid of that diarrhea.
I don't know that it's that. He was really pale. Does Imodium, does diarrhea make you pale?
I'm sure it could, yeah.
It's pale.
You're losing hydration.
And then, so Connor is in Pat's seat today. Jamie is sitting in Bob's seat. He shifted over because Bob had a vacation day today, and then you're going to enjoy Monday, right?
Yeah, first day, or last day, I should say, before my wife goes back to school.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
We're doing a family day, doing maybe a little zoo or please touch out, outing with the girls and lunch and all that.
Oh, it's the please touch is a.
Well, I think it's supposed to rain.
You're going to the museum.
Yeah, well, we're hoping for the zoo, but I think it's supposed to rain on Monday. So please touch I think is the backup.
So that's the backup plan.
Yeah, because that one will cost us money. The zoo is free with the membership.
The zoo's incredible.
Yeah, she loves the zoo.
Liv always loved going to the zoo.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was always a winner.
Watching it through your kids' eyes is definitely worth it.
What's good news is that seeing the weather this morning, it looks like it should be a fantastic day for the Fanatic Open, which will be great coming up on Tuesday. It'll be great. 97.5 The Fanatic Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by our friends at Corona Premier. It looks like the weather will all move out through Monday night.
We have pretty darn good luck with weather when it comes to events at this station. I'm going to knock on wood real quick.
Yeah, seriously.
But, please do that.
We do pretty well.
Let's do that. So that's good news. So Connor's in for Pat. We got some In What World today?
Oh, we do. Some good stuff.
Got some of that, which will be good. And the coach is here. And Coach Eric Camille asks, when a question mark immediately follows an exclamation mark, that is called what?
I use this all the time, and I don't know.
I used to know that also, sort of like that semicolon thing. That the Oxford comma or whatever it was. I said
it's a good song.
I remember there was a rule to that.
Vampire
Coach,
Weekend, Oxford comma.
Coach, what is that?
I think it's called a questionamation mark.
That's.
I don't think that's it, Connor.
That's what it should be.
That's a good guess, though.
You were in Division 2 or 3?
3.
Okay, so 3. Okay, that was the Division 3 explanation.
That was the athletics, not the academics.
Coach.
We're the Harvard of the Eastern Shore of Maryland.
Yeah, exactly.
Washington College.
Not much of a battle between the University of Maryland. Seriously.
They're on the Western Shore. We were all alone.
Color within the it's the back of the Denny's menu.
Those lines are tight. It's tough to color.
My buddy went to Maryland. He said you had to color inside the lines on the Denny's menu. If you could do that, you'd probably get in, and then you work your way up from there. Coach, I don't know what it's called. None of us do.
It's called an interrobang.
A what?
Interrobang.
Hey now. An interrobang.
Interrobang.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Sexy punctuation.
Yeah.
That is.
Wow.
It is. Looks like Sunday afternoon after the Connor Thomas Experience, featuring Tom Albert on Sunday mornings, which is great. Great to be able to catch Connor now on Sunday mornings from 9
And we'll be
to
on
noon.
YouTube.
And on YouTube,
Yes.
right. And tomorrow, Wake and Cake, if Pat's okay. Wake and Cake will also be on YouTube, correct?
Right.
This is great. This is like the deepening up the bench of YouTube coverage here at The Fanatic, doing it better than pretty much anyone else. So check it on out. You'll have a great time with that. Looks like it'll be a rainy afternoon, very stormy afternoon on Sunday, leading into Monday.
Yeah, I'm supposed to head to the BMW Championship. And
It'd be stormy on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we saw 30% chance of storms in the afternoon. So.
And then it looks like we're going to get some real rain coming up on Monday.
I think 85% or something.
Yeah, clear things out. It's going to be a warm week next week, but not crazy. But Tuesday.
We need rain, so.
We do need rain.
Yeah.
We got rain, so it'll be all right.
My backyard is torched.
It really is?
Oh, my God.
It's that bad, eh?
Yeah, it's the worst I've ever seen it.
Is it flat with no trees?
Trees, pretty flat, yeah.
See, ours is bright green still, but it's new grass. But we have a lot of tree coverage. We only get morning sun, like real direct sun.
Yeah.
And then we get the afternoon in front. So the Bradford White Water Heaters brings you the 6 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Bradford White is here for the pro. And a little birdie tells me 5 o'clock today. So mark your calendar now. There will be a major announcement coming your way on the best show ever regarding FanFest, which is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel bringing you FanFest 2022. A big announcement today at 5 o'clock. Any hints, Coach Camille? Do we get anything from you? Nothing?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Exactly.
I thought it was Bob and Pat's joint suspension.
Oh.
I thought that's what it was.
That was really good. So there it works. Let's get started with this. I'm trying to look here now on my Park Sportsbook. Do you realize the Phillies are about to open an 11-game homestand? Connor Thomas, feel free to use this on the award-winning Locked On Phillies podcast.
Will do.
They're going to be favored in 11 straight games.
Wow.
When was it? It's an 11-game homestand.
Well, outside of the Mets, the teams suck, right?
Well, the Mets aren't pitching 4 of their top 5 guys.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. Connor, how does this even happen? In what world does that happen?
Well, they just faced the Braves. You see Scherzer and DeGrom there. And
they
then
are
had a couple injuries.
They're incapable of giving DeGrom run support.
They really are.
It's unbelievable.
Well, he's only thrown 3 times this year. So
I know, but historically, it's bizarre.
They gave him 2 last night. He had 2. I mean, what the hell's the guy? His ERA was 1.99 at the time.
That's enough. They got 0.1 of a run to win.
Yeah, what are you doing, slacker? And if you haven't seen that Braves win, Grissom scores on a single from first base. Single to the outfield from first base. You rarely see a guy go first to home on a single that barely gets by the two middle infielders. Both of them had a play on the ball. It gets by them, gets to the center fielder, and the center fielder can't even throw the ball home. He has to hit the cutoff man. That's how bad it is. So this is a great chance with the Mets.
There's no excuses here. You're missing 4 of the 5 starters. Carrasco and Taijuan Walker are both out hurt. You're missing DeGrom and Scherzer. You're only seeing Bassett. You have Nola, Wheeler, and Gibson going falter with the bullpen game, I guess, because Syndergaard needs another day. There's no excuse to lose this.
You said that with.
I find it a little odd.
He's ditching the Mets.
This is the second time this year he's ditched the Mets.
He's ditched the Mets.
I find it strange.
I think it's embarrassing. I mean, this is the guy that you had to go and.
If it hadn't happened previously already this season,
I thought it happened twice.
You might be right.
That they
I know it's at least once. If it hadn't happened already, I'd go, all right, he just needs another day. Now there's a pattern. It's a little weird.
Now, Nola, Wheeler, Falter, Gibson. So I don't know about the Saturday game. That's the game that I am wondering about whether they will be favored the early Saturday game with Bailey Falter.
According to ESPN, that's Wheeler.
See, the early game is Wheeler.
Yeah, Falter is the night game. I'm sure Fox is pumped about that.
That's the one to me that I would question whether they will be favored. I went down the rest of the homestand with the Pirates and the Reds. They should be favored in every single game.
Absolutely.
So 10 out of 11 games of the homestand, they should be favored on your Park Sportsbook app or your sportsbook app of choice. I can't believe. I don't know the last time I've seen a Phillies homestand, 11-game homestand, where you're going to be favored in 10 of the 11, let alone 11 of the 11, it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's wild, and that is where the no excuses comes in, as you talk about.
Yeah, especially with the Mets. I mean, I'm not going to use it as this is going to tell the whole story of the Phillies, but it's time to beat the Mets.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time. There's no more excuses. Nola, Wheeler, Schwarber should be, I'm hoping, back.
I would think he would be
back. He's taken enough pinch hits.
I would think he'd be back this weekend.
Yeah.
Today is supposed to be the day that he was supposedly going to be available in the lineup for the first time.
Yeah, so I would expect you see him again this weekend. So no excuses. Get it done.
And another batting practice session today for Bryce Harper.
Ooh.
Could be. Now, that gets you excited.
That does.
See Bryce Harper in there again. I would figure that they'd have him do it again today and then probably Sunday.
And then probably rehab next week.
And then rehab next week, and then you head to Arizona and San Francisco. I'm just saying.
You can go get some healing crystals in the desert and go out, maybe make a trip to Sedona.
There's a lot of things you can get in the desert.
Earth. Yeah.
you could
Burning Man.
Yeah.
That's out there, right?
That's exciting, though. I mean, this weekend better be good. I mean, it better be a big weekend for the Phillies.
Yeah, it's time.
And I say 3 out of 4. You don't win 3 out of 4 when you're facing that pitching. That's not good.
Yeah, Bassett's the only one you got to get through, and you got Nola going.
And you got Nola going.
So, advantage Phillies.
And I like Nola versus the Mets.
He's very good against New York.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. He just has those weird things. He's not good against Atlanta. He's very good against New York. He's not good against Miami. He's got a lot of mental blocks, it seems like, when it comes to teams he faces. But when he's on, he's on.
Well, it's good news. So 4-game series begins tonight and then doubleheader on Saturday. So the 1 o'clock and the 7:15. Do you do 2 podcasts on Saturday?
No, I don't. I'll do one.
You just do one?
Yeah, that'll preview the doubleheader.
Slacker. Hey, the beach, the boardwalk, and the boat on the bay, Bet Parks when you're down the shore. Download it at betparks.com. You got to be 21 and in New Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So yesterday, I was able to go out with Parks Sportsbook VP Matt Cullen and his buddy Jimmy the C from Atlanta was in.
What do you say, Jimmy the C?
And we played, they're playing in a member event today over at Rolling Green. I got to play Rolling Green Golf Club yesterday afternoon with them, and with this guy. He was a champion, Eddie Alvarez. You know that Eddie Alvarez?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Eddie Alvarez, who has played golf very, very sparingly in his life. He was like, yeah, I'm just picking up the game. he was drilling the golf ball like Ricky Bottalico length, hitting the golf ball. And I guess just an athlete. Now, the short game's a little rough. The short game, not the same. But you're talking about the brute strength game. Eddie Alvarez is going to be a hell of a golfer. And we had a great time out there rolling green over there in Springfield. It is Dee Lynam's home course.
I believe she has a couple hole-in-ones there.
Does she really?
I think she has she's got 4 of them.
Okay, Dee Lynam, I hate you.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, first off, this golf course is I've said it before, this is the hidden gem. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I got to look at the website. It looks pretty nice.
The course, Connor, immaculate. Like every green, immaculate. The most true rolls I've ever on a green up here, ever.
See, I have no interest in that.
Why?
Because when I don't shoot well, if I play at a bad course, I can blame the course.
Oh, you can't blame it.
If I play at a course that's perfect, well, it's on me, and I don't want to take responsibility for stinking at golf.
So. You understand golf well.
I don't know where Dee Lynam's getting hole-in-ones on these par threes.
I'd imagine in the hole.
I think she has at least 3, if not 4, and I think 1 or 2 are at rolling green.
Let me put it on the record that I hate Dee Lynam now, that she's got multiple holes in one. That's
Isn't that crazy?
One thing. My brother has one, and it pisses me off. Doc has one.
Does he really?
And I don't.
I miss my
and
opportunity.
By the way, Doc's at TPC in Tampa.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
it's a nice place to have one.
I mean, seriously. You know, it's like he's got a hole in one, I don't. And like we played a few weeks ago, and every guy in Doc's group was like, yeah, Doc has the hole in one, and none of us do. And so it was a great day out there yesterday, watching Eddie Alvarez learning the game of golf. Screw that. Learning the game of golf. Connor off the tee, amazing.
Yeah.
Like Ricky.
Some guys just have it like that.
But we had a great time, and I think there's going to be some exciting news coming from Parks and us with this show coming up.
Like that.
As we head towards the Phillies postseason. That's
you could bet on the next suspended member of the show.
That could very well be who will be suspended. No, I'm talking even bigger than that. Like,
what were the odds on
I've
2
got
in
Coach
one
at
day?
plus 750.
Coach
You could have. That's a 2 suspension parlay.
Yeah.
By my odds, you could get a plus 1,200.
Same game parlay suspension?
What if it's Haley, who is running today? Haley is in your spot today, Connor.
Yeah, Haley is plus 2,500.
So she's plus 2,500.
But she's minus 250 to not make it to work because she got lost.
Now, I'm not saying that hosts used to get suspended in Philadelphia sports radio or anything. But what are the odds? What are Kincaid's odds?
Well, seeing that you've cursed on air 3 times already since you've been up here.
You think Joe Bell's rolling in going, you're out of here for 3 days?
We're going to give you plus 370.
Really?
Yeah, you're due for one.
I'm due for one. I've never had one.
Bob's teetering on cursing
Bob
a
is
lot
really teetering
lately.
on it.
He is getting fired. You're bringing it out of him, I think.
Yeah.
That Flyers-Sixers discussion the other day, I thought F-bombs were going to start flying.
I'm ready to kill Bob. And I told Jamie this morning I'm ready to kill Bob. So yesterday, Bob gets in my head. Like, I respect Bob so much that when he says something, I take it as fact. So yesterday I say, I'm playing golf with Eddie Alvarez, and I don't really know MMA or anything like that. And I'm like, and Eddie follows me on social media. And I didn't know he even knew the show. I didn't know he knew anything about the show or anything like that. And Bob goes, well, I find that strange because he's not even a sports fan. Egan interviewed him, and he says he's not even a sports fan. So, of course, I take Bob at his word and go, like, oh, yeah, he's right. So, like, so I'm not much of a sports fan, though, right? What? Love the Sixers. Love the Eagles. And I'm like, oh, God, Bob, I swear to you, I wanted to take my 5-iron. Just be like, Bob.
Look who you're listening to, Bob and Egan.
Bob just gives me
But the root of the info is Egan.
Bob gives me the contrarian thing of this. Well, because I'm like, why is Eddie following me on social media? I don't know. How does he even know the show? Does he know what's it about? And that's very strange to me because he's not even a sports fan. So I'm like, okay, Bob knows better than I do then. So I take Bob at his word. Idiot.
Bob trusted Egan.
Bob can't wait for the Eagles season. Eddie can't wait for the Eagles season. Loves the Sixers. He's rang the bell at the Sixers.
Yeah, this is a whisper down the lane thing where Pat probably interviewed him and was like, yeah, did you see the Sixers game last night? And he's like, nah, I missed it. And then Pat was like, oh, he's not really a sports fan. And Bob took it as he's not a sports fan at all. And then you got a...
It was probably Eddie's 100th interview of the day.
Bob, the pride of North, is Eddie, the pride of North Catholic. Absolutely knows the show, likes us, and is a sports fan. And he's ringing the bell at the Sixers. I'm like, oh, my God, if Philly's such an idiot. All right, we finally reached the tipping point, though, now, where college teams are going to make more on their TV rights than pro sports teams.
Wow.
The Big Ten's new deal is going to mean that they're making more money. The Big Ten schools are going to make more money on their television deals than the Flyers do. They're going to make more money on the deal than the Flyers do.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
That's it's crazy to me. And they're going to.
But if you told me any of the other three sports,
they're approaching.
I'd be.
This is crazy what they're approaching, these schools. It's unbelievable, and there's one difference, and it was pointed out yesterday by a few of the business insiders on sports media on the internet talking about. Here's the difference, though. The Phillies get that kind of money. The Eagles get that kind of money. The Sixers get that kind of money, but they have the overhead of player salaries.
Yeah.
The colleges don't. And it's unbelievable the difference in profit margin when you take salaries out of it.
Sure.
And I was just looking at it. And by the way, when you take salaries out of it, Jamie, they're going to be NBA teams. They're going to be Major League Baseball teams. They're going to be Major League Baseball teams that make less than Big Ten teams. With their payroll, when you take the payroll out of it and everything.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy because all they got to pay is room, board, feeding them, dressing them, that kind of stuff. It's crazy down.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Geez.
I mean, the Big Ten is cashing in first. Now, the SEC will come up. The SEC will come up. And when the SEC comes up, it's going to be even more stupid.
Yeah, and this is why kids have been fighting for NILs and other things because they see all this money being made.
And they deserve it.
And they're going, wait a second. You're making more money than professional sports teams on my number, my image, my likeness. No, I want a cut of the pie. So, it was a good first step because these contracts aren't going to get any smaller, as you just said. SEC, and then, if it becomes a two-division NCAA system where it's basically Big Ten versus SEC and they become these mega conferences of 20-plus teams, then, there's going to be even more money. And
it's incredible.
It's pretty wild.
When you too, geographically now the Big Ten was able to cash in more, adding the two LA schools.
Yeah.
So they added the LA TV market, which is going to just
that's huge.
Totally blow it up. And now it's all coming together. But the college kids, I hope they get every dime they can. And I don't understand. The only people who argue against this is college football head guy who says, oh, it's the purity of the game and it's going to destroy the sport. These players getting paid, then it's professional. They are just afraid of the control because they're afraid their school won't be able to pay as much as another school. These kids get every dime you can get. We send our kids to college. I just sent one this week. She is sent to college, and she knows the ambition is this. You are paying your bills. You got 6 months after graduation. You're getting you're handed your manila folder at college graduation undergrad. There it is. 6 months later, your bills are yours. I'll pay your insurance 6 months later. I'll pay your rent, whatever it is, 6 months. It's all there. I'll give you a manila folder, and then you're on your own. Sink or swim. Go do it. And these kids they go to college to learn to make money. I love the fact that they're making money, Connor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
And it also opens up, I think some of the people who are negotiating these contracts probably love it too, because I have to imagine in the past when these contracts would come up, there was a conversation like, hey, what does this dollar amount say about us not paying athletes? Like the more you take,
sure,
the more pressure there's going to be. Now that the NIL exists, there's no shame in these big contracts because the players are getting paid. So you're going to continue to see this growth. There's no more like dirty underground. There still is, because there always will be to any sport, college sports, anything in general. But the monetary part of it is now less of the equation. So they could take more money and feel less bad about the public backlash because the players are getting paid. It's great. And we know the high tide raises all ships. That's what these contracts are, hopefully. If the NIL works as it's intended for these players to get paid even more, It's a good thing.
There was the greatest NIL the other day. Did you see that kid like 3 years ago that went viral because of his name?
The coldest
to ever do it, Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's at University of Nebraska, and a local HVAC company sponsored him.
That's awesome.
So DeColdest does the HVAC reads for the company. It's the best ever.
General Booty's got his T-shirts that he's selling now.
I saw that,
Some of that goes to charity. So
he's sending a portion of it to the OU Children's Hospital.
That's awesome.
So,
I'd be worried if I was Coach Camille, though.
Uh-oh.
Because I saw a little meeting going on yesterday, and it was Haley was huddled up with Heavy Chevy, with Ray Dunn, our newest member of the family here, and some of those guys. They were all huddled up in a room with a guy in a suit. And, Coach, I think they're going to come for name, image, and likeness deals from you.
Straight cash, homie.
Because you've told them that we're paying you what we're paying you in order to, build your career and get it started and everything. They want name, image, and likeness deals. Haley's looking to cash in.
Well, I'm sure Haley could probably make some serious coin with that.
Yeah, but it's like that's what you were suggesting to them, that they could find something on the side to be able to name, image, and likeness deal.
Yeah. Everybody has a side hustle, right?
What can Heavy Chevy do? What's Heavy Chevy's side hustle going to be? What's he going to endorse? What are we going to get Chevy on?
If there was only like a truck company that maybe would fit with his name.
Heavy Chevy.
Yeah, he needs a car deal.
He does. He's got to put on weight, too. If you're going to be Heavy Chevy, you got to put on some weight.
I think it's funnier that he's skinny.
It could very well work. He says he's not. And I say screw him.
Not what? Not skinny?
Yeah, that's what
he's
said.
like 120 pounds soaking wet.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and these NIL divisions that are going to be built within these university athletic programs now, it's going to be a major part of the recruitment process. How big is your donor? How big is your alumni network? And can you get me deals?
I told you Liv wants to go to law school. And she said, maybe is this going to be a whole new thing, Dad? And I said, yeah. It's going to be a whole new thing.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine.
It's going to be every university is going to have an entire legal team on it.
I would imagine, just an educated guess, Jay Wright is probably helping oversee Kyle Neptune and the NIL division of Villanova and fundraising and all that. And it's pretty cool.
Marvel Studios' She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, starring Emmy Award winner Tatiana Maslany, is the original series that's now streaming, and you can catch it on Disney+. We'll have lots of fun today. In fact, there is a phenomenon in the country called Stranger Things. Connor loves it, so he's going to give us the basic premise coming up. But more importantly, I found a bunch of strange stories regarding sports and just the regular world that we'll get into through the course of the day today. A very loose, fun Friday, and we're going to need you, too. With Bob and Pat out, we're going to need your input, too, so you'll jump in with us. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Everybody's looking to cut a little money in the budget. And if you're a business, you're looking to cut more than a little money. And that's why I want you to meet my friends, the energy experts from Beyond the Bulb. They are absolutely amazing at finding instant revenue and adding it to your business's bottom line. What are they going to do? They're going to help you save 30 to 40% on your energy costs by leveraging your energy incentives from companies like PECO and PPL. So you grab your PECO and PPL bills and you just have that ready. And then you talk to my friends at Beyond the Bulb. Because what are they going to do? They get the knowledge and experience to get you the most savings, the best product, and the lowest price guaranteed. What kind of product? Well, they're going to get you greener, more efficient lighting at little or no cost to you and your business. It's a no-brainer. So you improve your bottom line, you reduce your carbon footprint, and you spend little or no money doing it. They've been awarded the PPL Direct Discount Contractor of the Year award, too. So they're used to doing this, and the money's there for you to grab. Go to onebeyondthebulb.com. My friends from PECO. You hear me talk about PECO, too. Jump on in. They're waiting for you. Go to the number one, beyondthebulb.com, or call them at 484-246-6542 for a brighter bottom line today.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic, the Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by Corona Premier. Next Tuesday, August 23rd at Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
Take a day off and spend it on the links with 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show and Anthony Gargano will broadcast live, and everyone from The Fanatic will be there.
Dad, he got all of that one.
Dinner is included, and your first Corona is free.
Plus, everyone gets a free pair of tickets to Fan FanFest 2022.
This is almost sold out. Sign up now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the American Association for Cancer Research. Support life-saving cancer research by making a donation to the AACR. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR.
97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic.
Presented by Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Nature's Refreshment, DryTech Waterproofing Solutions, the leader in basement waterproofing and foundation repair.
And 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Philadelphia.
The race for competing in the global esport Valorant has reached new heights. Literally, Riot Games are currently in the process of accepting applications for teams to make it into next year's restructured professional league. And it's up to the esports orgs to stand out. The Guard took this to the next level by broadcasting their logo on the roof of Los Angeles' SoFi Stadium. It'll be interesting to see how other orgs will try to compete with this display.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Okay, so how crazy high are these gas prices right now, right? I mean, I filled up my car the other day, and I thought for that price, I could buy a couple of pairs of Skechers and pretty much walk everywhere. Plus, unlike gas, not only is Skechers affordable, they also last a really long time. Skechers are extremely durable, and many are machine washable. And they're so comfortable. With comfort features like Skechers' famous air-cooled memory foam, Relax Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, plus so many other fits and features. Find your perfect pair of Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory, and you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like zero down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $14 billion were stolen last year. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac. Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. For Al Capones near you, text premium to 909-909. Text premium to 909-909.
As a contractor installing windows, you deserve a simple choice. Anderson 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And they even have fewer callbacks for extra peace of mind. When it comes to windows, the choice is simple. It's Anderson 400 Series windows. the windows contractors trust the most. Request a quote at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors.
No firm in Philly has been helping injured workers longer than Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation at PAWorkInjury.com. With offices in Center City, Bristol, Malvern, Allentown, Reading, Sunbury, and Harrisburg, our attorneys are ready to listen and get you the justice you deserve. When you or a loved one is hurt on the job, you deserve the best. A firm that has been around longer than any other. PAWorkInjury.com. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
When my wife and I moved into our new home about 2 years ago, we knew we were going to have to replace our 30-year-old HVAC system that somehow was still working. So what we did was we started listening and checking out some online reviews. And it became clear after hearing John talk about them that H&H Heating and Air Conditioning was the company for us. It's the kind of professionalism you look for, and they go above and beyond service. I mean, these people sent me cookies and a beer cooler after the job was done. That's how great they are. The install team was friendly, on time, and knowledgeable. My wife loved that you got picture text messages ahead of time of who was coming to the house, what their family life was like, what their hobbies are. You know the guys before they even step foot in your house. The job was done. Dan, the install manager, walked me through everything, explained the warranty, explained the system, everything I needed to know. It was really impressive, start to finish, for making that initial call to getting John Leake and some of the guys out to my house to give us options on different systems and different efficiencies and warranty. We knew everything about it. So if you're thinking about replacing your HVAC system, call H&H and have them come out. You'll see right away why they have so many of those 5-star online reviews. Visit DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com. And tell them Jamie Lynch says hello.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Are you a foxhole guy for the John Kincade Show? Then prove it. Tap the 97.5 The Fanatic app all morning long, before and after your commute.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
And a good morning to you. Hope your Friday is going to be fantastic. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I want you to know that Philly Sports Trips want you to come to Arizona with us. Reserve your spot now with a small deposit at phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips, where you travel with the pros. That's pretty awesome because we're getting closer and closer to, once September comes, then it's going to seem like that trip to Arizona is right around the corner.
So I didn't even realize this is my daughter's first birthday weekend. So I missed Vegas last year because of her being born, and now I'm not missing this trip. We're just going to celebrate the birthday the following weekend. I'm missing the first birthday.
Oh, my God.
Vince and Philly Sports Trips, I think, are just gunning for my daughter's birthday. Whatever. They're pushing the schedule makers to make it that weekend and screw me.
Well, I was trying to do some math on Vince's beautiful new daughter.
Yeah, she's cute.
And I'm trying to do the math, and I'm thinking that maybe last year's Eagles-Raiders weekend with Philly Sports Trips, because Liz was on the trip. She was on the trip, and I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking, could it have been that trip? Maybe if her middle name is Hollywood, maybe it could be Planet Hollywood, which, by the way, is stuck a leak. They've had so much rain and
I saw some video out there.
It's been amazing.
Wild.
It's as
can we get some?
Yeah, can we get some of that rain? It'd be
Why
awesome.
are you rooting for rain? I hate rain.
We need
No,
it.
they need it. Well, they need it out there in Vegas.
Well, yeah, they can have it.
My
but
creek is dry, Connor.
turn on the sprinklers.
What about your crick, though?
I'm not a cricksman.
You're not
But
a
it's dry.
cricksman?
It's completely dry.
It's that low.
Like
it's that low.
Yeah. We need some rain.
Well, get Jeeves to bring a pitcher down and start pouring it in. You'll be good.
Oh, my gosh.
Worried about the animals, Connor.
I mean, seriously, you just
they're
want
fine.
that. I think the animals are going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, they're not in our backyards right now.
The Lake Mead water level now.
Any more bodies pop up?
They did find one again the other day.
Jeez.
But the water level right now is 1,042 feet. And a full pool is 1,229. So all these storms have been helping. The storms are helping to get it back. They're still 186 feet below full pool.
Yikes.
But all the storms are helping, and hopefully that'll be something that works out for those folks. We talk about the Stranger Things. It's this show that my daughter just absolutely adores. Connor loves it. You love it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's good.
Great show.
I still
Coach,
haven't
you
seen the
love it?
most current season.
You love it?
I have not seen one episode of it.
I have not either.
It's worth checking out.
You like it?
Yeah, very enjoyable.
My buddy Michael Park was in year 2, and I've never seen it. So I'm going to have to watch it and check it out. He's like in every Netflix show. Just like
It's very nostalgic, sci-fi, just
Okay.
kind of fun. Maybe a little more intense than I would have thought.
But
when first getting into it, but it's good.
Well, I had a series of stories. I'm always finding stories and then putting them in a file and then looking at it, not an X file. And about stranger things, strange stories and everything. And I decided today, with Bob out and Pat out, that we would do some of the stranger stories that I had dug up. So we start out today with this, and this one's not a sports story, but I didn't know this was real. I saw a story on the news about it, and then literally went to the web to find out more about it and couldn't believe it. Do any of you suffer from automonophobia? Automonophobia.
I don't believe so. Is that the fear of automatopoeias?
No, it's not the fear of that. We're not doing grammar today on the show or math. Automonophobia is a fear of human-like figures, such as mannequins, wax figures, statues, dummies, animatronics, or robots. By the way, do you know that they deal with Walt Disney World and Universal deals with at least 4 to 6 cases a week on average of people having panic attacks.
Wow.
Because of automonophobia.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm imagining someone going through It's a Small World just screaming.
But guess what?
I hate It's a Small
The
World.
thing
That's
is,
awesome. Come
they're-
on.
It's
I
terrible.
love Small
It's a
World.
small
It's
world.
terrible.
They're not children, though.
The Hall of Presidents, that's a real bug out.
That's one. They're not children, though, either.
I don't have a fear of them, but I kind of understand it. I don't like.
What could you have a fear of?
Yeah, no, I'm good with it.
I don't like them.
Coach,
I don't really.
Coach, the
doesn't
one
bother
thing
me.
they're saying.
A wax figure bugs me out a little bit.
Okay,
It's just wax. It's like a candle.
Universal and
Are you
Disney.
scared of candles?
Yeah.
Universal and Disney, on average, deal with 4 to 6 cases of adults having panic attacks every week because they're at Disney or Universal, and there's these people that suffer from automonophobia. I've never even heard of this, but they're also afraid of robots.
Yeah, I was just going to say, scared to death of robots.
You are scared to death of robots.
Football, when Fox has the football game on Sundays, and they have the intro with
Cletus.
the big robot and everything, I have to turn it off or turn my head when that robot's on the screen. I'm deathly afraid of
So
robots.
you have automonophobia. Then you have this because, first of all, I can't imagine what are you having a panic attack to? You're at the Country Bear Jamboree, and you're thinking that the bears are going to come to life? I can't even fathom it. To me, it tells me they're maybe on a hallucinogenic, and you have the panic attack.
No.
What?
Mushrooms aren't going to make you bug out.
What, you think that the country bears are coming off the stage to get you?
I don't know. There is something weird about those things. Like, I'm with Coach. Robots bug me out. Like, I expect the robot to turn on me and kill me.
No, see, this is why robot-human relations are going to go downhill. We got to extend the olive branch. You can't be scared of them.
Not scared,
They
but
smell fear.
I'm on edge. I don't trust them.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. So robots smell, but you don't.
Well, yeah, I'm not a robot.
They don't smell.
How do you know?
They don't have the ability to smell.
Are you a robot? We got to check John.
Like,
here.
I'm
He
not
might
letting
be
a
on their
robot
side.
hug me. Are you going to let a robot hug you?
Why not?
Because I expect it to just crush me like a grape. Like, screw robots. I'm out.
Nah, I'm not afraid of robots.
Wax figurines, Madame Tussauds, and all that. It's kind of a bug out.
Really? They're just figurines.
They're
Are you scared of like
standing
action?
there.
What about an action
But
figure?
how do I know that there's not a person in there just wearing a wax thing and
There might
they're gonna
be,
give me a
but-
wet willy? I don't know.
Oh yeah, wet
they're
willy.
They're kind of a bug out.
I think you'll come back from a wet willy, all right.
I can't believe it because you and Coach both are sort of
cousins of this.
You're both like sort of believing in this.
I'm out on the wax figure too. They're
yeah,
freaky,
right.
man.
Like
Who
Madame
knows?
Tussauds is stupid.
They're gonna come after you.
No, they're not. They're wax. They're a candle.
They're not coming after you.
They might.
Yeah, but maybe it gets a soul.
Coach walks into Yankee Candle and starts screaming his head off. It's just wax.
I start sneezing if they've got the lavender. So with that one. That's weird. I'm
not letting a robot touch me.
I saw that, and I had seen I saw a story on television about it, and then started to research it, and I said, okay, this to me, it's crazy. But then Christina says to me, she goes, well, what about things you don't like roaches? Like, you don't like roaches. What, would you be freaked out if you were in a room full of roaches and they were all crawling all over the place? I said, yeah, absolutely I would.
Nah.
And she goes,
gross.
well, then that's somebody else. I'm like, it's a freaking robot. It's an
Yeah,
animal.
but yours is like a 1-inch big bug.
She talks about a room with a bunch of roaches running around.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt you.
Dude, they can hurt you.
How?
They can get in your ear. They can get in your ears.
Then wear your plugs. You'll be fine. They're just roaches.
You know the robot vacuum cleaner?
The Roombas?
Yeah,
the Roomba?
I had one. I got it for Christmas a couple years ago, and it's driving, on the hardwood floor.
Right.
It gets my cat's tail and starts sucking on my cat's tail, and my cat's screaming. Robots, you can't trust robots. I don't care if it's a can opener or a Roomba.
Well, like George Jetson was just born like 2 weeks ago, and they had what was it, Alice the maid, the robot maid?
The maid, yes.
If there was a robot maid, you letting her into your house, live amongst you, and take care of your stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kill
Get
you
the
when you
hell out of
sleep, for
here.
sure.
I'd love that.
She would kill you so quick.
No.
Yeah.
How many robots have you heard of?
You're going to
actually
trust a
killing people in
robot to
real life?
live in your house and clean up after you?
Yeah.
No.
I'm telling you, people have done too many drugs.
No.
They're going to Disney World, adults, and they're thinking that like the animatronic figures are coming after them. Like that's wild to me.
Those robots will stab you in the ear.
Maybe you did the Epcot drink around the world.
Maybe.
And you're thinking that the robot all of a sudden, like, Donald Duck's coming at you in the Mexico pavilion. I mean, as far as he chases you. The 3 Caballeros.
Maybe.
It's just
I'm not letting them near me. Tell you that.
It's way too nice outside to be eating dinner at home, so why don't you take the family out to PJ's tonight? Whether you're into wings and burgers or you want a fresh salad, they've got something for everyone. We love our local PJ's.
I got some last night, actually.
You did?
My mother-in-law's out of town, so we brought dinner to my father-in-law, and girls jumped in the pool. So,
sounds like
we got the wing of the month, so everybody could try. And I went with a grilled chicken bacon ranch sandwich. It was tasty.
A grilled chicken bacon ranch sandwich?
Yeah. It's a good time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll have something on food later on in the show, and it's just for Jamie and Connor. It's specifically for the two of you. Because I'm not an adventuresome eater. You guys are.
Yes.
I'll eat anything.
Yeah, well, so I've got something for you. Yesterday we had a spectacular lunch and met the crew over at Lucky's Last Chance.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one of my favorite. Lucky's
awesome.
By the way, Lucky's, big fans of the show.
Oh, really?
Listen every morning.
Did you go to the Queen Village one or
No,
the
right over here on Main.
The Manioc one.
The one a mile and a half around the road
Well,
here.
Queen Village is like 2 blocks from where Jamie used to live, where I live now. So.
Yeah.
And by the way, to the
and I bartended there before it was Lucky's.
Oh, really?
By the way, to the butthead that literally parked within. I don't know how I got out of it. I was literally Batman.
I haven't
getting
heard
out of the
Butthead
parking
in a
spot.
while.
Yeah,
Getting out of it.
That's a
Getting
bust
out of
out.
it, getting out. Well, I wanted to say something else. This guy parks so close, and I know it was a guy. It was not a woman driving this car. Parked so close in the spot. I don't know how I got out. I don't know how I was able to move the car.
Yeah, Manioc gets a little tight.
Jeez. Hey, in the linchpin, yeah, it sounds like we didn't get maybe the toughest-minded guy on the Phillies.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday, and I just went, huh? So Noah Syndergaard asked for an extra day of rest, which just happened to coincide with
Playing the Mets.
Coincidental,
I guess.
I assume he was supposed to go on Sunday, and then, Saturday you wouldn't have had to go with Falter, but I guess Falter's thrown in the mix
He's
now.
on Saturday night, yes.
Yeah, for the doubleheader on Saturday. Look, if he hadn't skipped the Mets game earlier this year with the Angels,
Yes.
I probably wouldn't have thought much of it. But now it's at least twice, John. You may have even heard 3 times that he's ducked his
well, he
former
did it
team.
before, last year. He did it last year, too.
Okay, then something's definitely up. I'm
It
not
scares
expecting.
me.
Yeah, like Noah Syndergaard's probably not going to pitch in a 3-game series, but he might be able to contribute out of the pen or something come playoff time. This is weird. Like, what? Because you have friends on the other team? Because Citi Field's sentimental to you? I don't understand why you're ducking the Mets. And it's not, some capital offense. I'm not saying throw them in Guantanamo, but it does make me scratch my head and go, huh? And I saw Mets fans online yesterday kind of defending him like, nah, this guy's tough. He threw at Utley. He was in this game. He's not afraid of anybody. And I was just like, this is weird. This is a pattern now.
It really is.
I don't get it.
He's ditching the Mets, and that's,
It kind of looks like it, but I need to see.
No, it doesn't kind of look like it.
But he's
done it 3 times.
And he's been pitching on long rest all year. He's been pitching on like 6 days.
He pitched on short rest the other day.
He did, and then he needs more, which is why his start got pushed back this time. And we're still kind of in the zone where it's coincidence.
Wait. He's pitched on long rest, an extra day of rest, except in the Red Series. If he had pitched on normal rest, which is his long rest in the Mets series, in the Red Series, he'd gone with that. He could have pitched in the Mets series.
I get it. He could have possibly pitched in the Mets series, but 2 times this year is not that's still in the coincidental range.
It's 3rd time.
Yeah, I don't think it's coincidental anymore. I don't think he's wetting his pants afraid of it, but something's up. It's weird.
But what would it be? That's the thing. To have this thought that he's ducking the Mets,
that he doesn't want to get pounded by them.
He doesn't want to get embarrassed by the Mets.
And then they're justified in their.
He gave up 12 hits to the Nationals. He's getting pounded by
the Mets
everybody
could
else.
rock him.
That's
the
what's
Mets are
happening
rocking
when he
a lot
goes
of
out
people
anyway. Yeah,
it's just strange.
I'm not ready to buy. It's weird. Yes, I'm not ready to buy that he's ducking the Mets on purpose yet.
Oh, come on.
No, it's still in the coincidental range.
No,
for
it's
me.
not.
It's not anymore for me. If he hadn't done it already this year with the Angels,
come on, the man bun needs to be stepping up.
That's terrible. It's just a weird move.
All right. Hey, Connor, you got to supply some content today with our man Pat Egan convalescing on the sideline. So why don't you bring it?
In what world? Here's Connor Thomas.
Look at that.
In what world could you guys possibly live out of a vending machine?
What?
So this is a Connor Thomas original for you that I brought up to Heavy Chevy last week, and I want to run this by you. You have 2 options. You can either get $10 a day to buy whatever food you need from a grocery store. It could be an all-inclusive grocery store, whatever you normally get at the store, $10. Or you could have $100 a day, but you can only eat out of a vending machine. You can't roll the money over. You can't save the $10 and pile it up so you have more money to spend at the grocery store. So either you're going to eat at the grocery store, get better food, but less amount of it, or you can eat as much as you want, but it's all vending machine. Would you rather do the $10 grocery store or $100 out of the vending machine per day?
Okay. Is it any vending machine?
Yeah, sure.
Is it our vending machines or good ones?
Now, you can't have a bunch of different vending machines.
Peter and Stan had a vending machine that had mice in it.
No, there's no mice in the vending machine. But it's your typical vending machine. You got some party mix up there, maybe some Fritos.
I haven't gotten anything. I've been here 18 months, 19 months. I have not gotten anything out of the vending machine.
But
because the vending machine had a mouse in it. Over at Peter and Stan.
Okay, well, there's no mouse in this vending machine. Okay?
I'm going $10 at the grocery store.
Or can you get enough food for $10? That you're getting good meals done? 3 meals a day?
So I go to Acme. They have the famous $5 hoagies.
Okay,
so
that's one meal.
I can spread that out to lunch and dinner. I could split that Italian in half, have half for lunch, half for dinner, and then supplement it with a couple snacks on the side.
Maybe some fruit, maybe a candy bar.
Yeah. You're spending your whole life hungry. I'm going vending machine where I can eat $100 worth. I can survive on Doritos forever.
Wait a minute. You said that I'm in the supermarket, so I can use the have they closed all water fountains? Are they now illegal too?
Well, you can drink water. You can get water out of the tap.
You get water out of the tap.
Yeah.
I'm taking $10 at the supermarket.
Oh, I think you guys are going to...
You'd be so unhealthy eating $100 out of the vending machine.
But I'm going to be full. You guys are going to get hungry. You're 4th or 5th day. You're
First of all,
second or third week.
You could never spend $100 a day in a vending machine.
Yeah,
the point is to give you enough that you basically... Well, I could spend $100 on a vending
You'd be sick out of your backside in no time.
You'd be
I'm
sick.
going to be in that $2.50 row like nobody's business. Now
you might die.
I look at $175 and I'm like, oh, that's a little pricey. If I have $100 a day, let's go $2.50 row.
Coach, is this your worst?
Bun?
Is this your worst nightmare, Coach?
Yeah, I don't do vending machines.
I don't either.
I mean, I've seen vending machines that have sandwiches.
Yeah, there's some that with that.
No, this is no sandwich vending machine. It's not one of the bougie vending machines. This
Vegas
is
had the cake vending machine.
This is a Snickers bar
Cake
for dinner.
Boss. The Cake Boss had the one in
There's no
Planet
Vegas Cake
Hollywood.
Boss vending machine. This is your typical, you're eating Cool Ranch Doritos and a Snickers bar.
Wait a minute. The Cake Boss vending machine was $8 for a slice of cake, and it looked damn good.
Hippo Boy on YouTube says over in Japan you can get like full course meals out of vending machines.
No, not doing it.
So you guys are circumventing this. No, this is our vending machine.
No, $10.
Can you imagine the mice that would be in that one?
Yeah, well, you got to.
You'd think Peter and Stan would have better, sort of standards. That they wouldn't have mice in their vending machine.
Most people are saying $10 at the supermarket. I'll make pasta. It'll last me.
No, you can't make it.
You could get a hot plate.
You'd have to buy the hot plate. I think that's not part of the
You can
concept.
get pasta and make it.
No, you're living in the. I thought you
In the
said
office?
you're living in the.
You can
supermarket.
microwave pasta.
Yeah,
it's not pretty, but
Okay, so you could take it home. You could take it home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well then that's. I absolutely am doing
no-brainer.
No
That's
brainer.
no-brainer.
I think
to
you
do
guys are going to get
supermarket.
hungry on $10. What do
I
you
think
do?
you're going to die.
No, but you're thinking about your regular day. You're thinking about Tuesday. What about Thanksgiving?
No, I'm thinking about Tuesday.
What about your
Gonna make
Thanksgiving?
I'm going to have $100 worth of great stuff for Thanksgiving. A lot of chips, and it's going to be all hors d'oeuvres, basically.
It's it's strange you
some
say
pretzels and stuff like that.
Because if you come to the Scramblewood at Ramblewood presented by Corona Premier on Tuesday, we got some spots left for you. Tea time's at 1 o'clock. You get lunch from Jersey Mike's Subs. Dinner's included, and your first Corona is free. So that screws your whole theory up, Connor.
Well,
you could
yeah.
just live at Ramblewood. I think Jaws would let you do that. We'll be broadcasting live there. Anthony will be broadcasting live there, and portions of the proceeds benefit the American Association for Cancer Research. Sign up now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Brought to you by Corona Premier, Steven Singer Jewelers, Copair, Ferguson HVAC, Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions, and The Fanatic. We look forward to seeing you all out there. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, we got more strange things, including bad memories, maybe being removed. But is this the launching off point? That's where we start the 7 o'clock hour. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's the season for going to the beach and vacation, and that's starting to wind down. But you know what's going to come? Pop-up storms. We're expected to have storms Sunday afternoon, Monday. Is your basement ready for it? Does your basement stink? Does it have that moldy, wet smell to it? Well, Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions can help you out with that with a 15% discount if you mention the John Kincade Show. Cousin Ryan just did this. He had that damp, wet basement, wanted to clean it up. Well, what did he do? He got Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions in. He mentioned the Kincade Show. He got 15% off the service. You can enjoy your summer and the upcoming fall and then those winter thaws. When your water sometimes enters that basement, get Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions on the job for you. They are the leaders in basement waterproofing, and they're going to help you protect your biggest investment. Go check out my friends at Dry Tech. Go to drytechcorp.com. Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions, they're going to be your best friends. And tell them the Kincade Show sent you and grab 15% off.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Fanatic Fridays are presented by PumpManPhilly.com. Need a water pump expert for your facility for 24/7 emergency repair or pump replacement? Count on Pump Man Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does it actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
This should be 8 by 7.
When it comes to closets, Janina's home organization business runs tip-top tidy.
Is this schedule right? I'm gonna need help.
But she needs to reorganize and find a new assistant.
I know, it's your last week, but can you make sure the Hanson pantry's wrapped?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Guess what, folks? Yes, you know it. It's August, going into September. College football is back. It's time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook to celebrate the best time of the year. And right now, new customers, well, you can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. If that's not enough of the action, you can also place the same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Just combine multiple bets into one, like which team will get the win, which team to score first, and more. I love these. I've been telling you about them for so long. How about a few games on, let's go to a little bit later in the month. Let's go to Northwestern and Nebraska. How about UNLV, Idaho State? Well, you could pick one of those games and then go in there, pick the winner, the first half, the second half, and put that into one big parlay and see how you make out. And don't be worried because DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So all you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Bet just $5 on any college football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, like Wangeshi.
Hey, I'm Wangeshi from Atlanta, Georgia. As a journalist, I rely on my cricket service for pretty much everything. I need to edit interviews, check emails, and stay updated on developing stories. It's huge for me to have Cricket's 5G to keep me connected on the go.
Get nationwide 5G on all plans, plus a free Cricket Dream 5G when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customers pay for their testimonials. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can really control your savings. Because when you drive less, you save more with pay per mile. So you're really in control of your savings. Only paying for the miles you drive. Yeah, life is good when you're in the driver's seat. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Hey, join 97.5 The Fanatic and me, Anthony Gargano, Saturday from 1 to 4 at the Dick's Sporting Goods, located at the Deptford Mall in New Jersey, for an amazing day featuring a Q&A with the Skip. That's right, Charlie Manuel. The latest Nike MLB gear, games, photo opportunities, giveaways, Kona Ice Truck, Balloon Twister, and more. Fans eligible for a free gift, courtesy of Fanatics, with the purchase of Nike MLB gear. I got to get some. The Q&A with the Skip, Charlie Manuel, and me will start at 2 o'clock. Get to the Dick's Sporting Goods at the Deptford Mall this Saturday.
Come to Barlow Chevrolet in Delran this summer, where savings are heating up. We're offering discounts below MSRP on select vehicles in stock. We have several Equinox, Silverado, and even Tahoe inbound. Reserve yours today. If there's a specific vehicle you want, order it from Barlow with no additional dealer fees or markups. At Barlow, we keep the buying process simple, convenient, and hassle-free. Start your summer off right at Barlow. Find new roads in Delran or at barlowchevrolet.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly. Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new BetParks app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Check it out. The BetParks app. Gotta love it. Phillies could be favored in an 11-game homestand. That doesn't even make sense. That's it, Connor. That's an in what world?
Yeah, it definitely is.
That really is.
Well, when you're missing 4/5 of the Mets rotation.
Yeah, but then you have 7 more games of the homestand.
Versus trash. So, I mean, it's weird. It's not something we're used to, but I guess because of the situation, it's not crazy.
Yeah, it's what the schedule is at this point. They got a very easy back end of the schedule.
They should be able to sweep Cincinnati at home.
Well,
I mean, I can't imagine the bats
4
go
games?
silence like they did.
4 games, though?
They just got shut out.
Again, I just say this. I say, look, I look at the 4-game series, and I said, give me 3 out of 4, and give me 2 out of 3.
Yeah, no 4-game series should be expected sweeps, regardless of how bad the team is.
No, but 3-1's great.
3-1's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah,
that gets you in the playoffs easily.
I am totally fine if you give me a 3-1 Mets weekend, then you give me a 3-1 Reds series, you're sitting there 6-2, and then you go 8-3 in the homestand. I am totally fine. 5 games over 500, and I believe at that point, even Bob would be 100% in on the Phillies making the postseason. I am absolutely there. By the way, so yesterday I get out at Rolling Green, home of our own D. Lynam, and so I'm dropping my clubs. And these 2 gentlemen are walking up, dropping the clubs. Their clubs were dropped off, I guess, after their round. They must have had lunch and maybe a cocktail. And then they were coming out as we were going in. So I'm putting my bag down, and I look up, and I go, hey, Reese. There's Reese Hoskins.
Oh, really?
Reese Hoskins was out playing a little
nice on the off
golf
day
yesterday. Good for
I
him.
would imagine he can tattoo one off the tee box.
I would imagine he could. I did not engage in conversation or anything like that, but it was just like, hey, there's Reese Hoskins. Hey, Reese. How you doing?
He seems like a great dude.
He was there and looked like he was enjoying himself. And then afterwards, a bunch of crew was there riding around in one of those sort of like, the vans that they'll carry like 6-8 people. What do they call them?
The Sprinter vans?
The Sprinter vans.
Yeah.
And it was Ryan Sandberg.
Oh,
really?
And he was with some Phillies execs and Eagles execs and some other people. And they had played Rolling Green in the afternoon, and they had played Pine Valley in the morning.
Wow.
That's a pretty good day of golf.
Now, the thing is, I heard that at the table, and I'm talking to the Eagles folks and everything, and I'm going, I wouldn't want to do that because I'd want to soak up the Pine Valley experience just like I soaked up the Rolling Green experience.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't want to play. I don't know. My game isn't suited for 36 holes. It's 87 degrees, 88 degrees. It was beautiful yesterday. There was a nice breeze and everything.
Ryan's probably already played Pine Valley a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably has.
Yeah, as Phillies manager, I'm sure he got out a couple times. As an MLB Hall of Famer, I'm sure he got out a couple times.
So
to him, it's probably not as special.
But to play 36 in one day?
I've never done it, but I would do it. But I'd have to tee off the first time early.
I'd have
so
to
I could get a nice lunch and cool
have
down
time
and relax and some beers and
shower.
Yeah, I would like to shower.
I wouldn't shower. No.
Oh, I know you would.
You're going to shower in between rounds?
Yeah.
You're just going to get sweaty again.
Start fresh again.
Start fresh again, absolutely.
You got to get the swamp ass cleaned out.
Now, you want to get yourself all clean and fresh and feeling nice right off there. By the way, 2nd consecutive round below 90.
Oh, nice.
Since coming home.
It's pretty nice.
That is now, but here's the thing. It's that I know that it's playing more golf. It's addictive.
Yeah. I wish I could play all the time.
I wish I could play all the time.
Once my girls get in school with our hours, I might be able to. But
thanks again to Matt Cullen and Jimmy the C's in from Atlanta for the member today. Over there.
Oh, he's flying in.
Watch those two. He was in yesterday, so he was there yesterday for the whole event. And then Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez just picking up golf and drilling it. Like it was unbelievable. He has Ricky Bottalico length off the tee already, and he's just picked up golf.
It's not bad.
Now, short game, he's got work. He's got to put some work in. the touch of being able to do it. So it's worked out well. Hey, is 2022 going to be the launching off point for the Eagles? Because I keep hearing this opinion being offered that 2022 is going to be the start of something great, a sustained period of time for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then I looked and I saw SI.com. I saw Bleacher Report. I saw Eagles.com. All mentioning this in word searches. So I just will do the word search. And I'll say Eagles 2022 season launching off point and everything. And I'm looking and I'm like, everybody's sharing this opinion now. That this is just the beginning of something great. By the way, if you want me to hyperventilate and be more excited than I already am, tell me that. Tell me that we're entering an era of Eagles football where I got 4 or 5 years where I'm thinking they're really in the mix for something special. But there's nothing more I'd like to see and embrace. But I can't until I know 2 answers. I don't know how anybody can be saying this when we don't know the answer on Jalen Hurts and we don't know the answer on Nick Sirianni. I mean, if Jalen Hurts is the answer, it's going to be party time in Philadelphia. There's going to be some great years coming because you've got draft capital, you've got salary cap space, and you're going to be able to get better and better. But if Hurts wasn't the answer, then what are you doing? Because, again, there are going to be some crappy teams this year. The Washington Commanders could be. I don't think they're going to be that bad. The Giants are going to be bad. The Falcons are going to be really bad. There are going to be some teams that are shopping for franchise quarterbacks, and they're not going to trade with you. They're not going to say, all right, we've been terrible, and we haven't had a franchise quarterback in a while, and the Falcons want to replace Matt Ryan. The Giants need a franchise quarterback. They're going to go, oh, no, we're going to trade with the Eagles because they're going to give us 2 number 1 picks or 3. They're not doing that. So you're not getting the A-list guy at quarterback to build your future around. The teams that have a chance to get it, your only hope would be that teams get in the position to be able to draft those guys, and then they wouldn't want to use the draft picks. They wouldn't want to use them because they already have a quarterback. It's nothing to sneeze at, Jamie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I don't know how anybody can say that. I think you've got a blind spot, and I don't want my blind spot to be some sort of okay, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. But until we know more about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, how can we say this is the launching off point that something's going to be great, Connor?
Well, because it's everything surrounding them. I know those are the 2 biggest pieces with the team, the starting quarterback, the head coach.
Can you win without them? Can you win? Can you win big in the NFL? You can't.
You can't. But if you have the framework around them, you've got more than most teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
right?
but you have to go get them then.
You do have to go get them, but we're talking about the launching off point. We're talking about sustained success, and if you're one piece away, you're a lot closer to it than a team that's got to build the roster and find the quarterback, which is half the teams in the NFL. So, yeah, they're close. Now, those are 2 big question marks, but if they hit, you're already there. If they don't hit, it's 2 fixes, and it's possible that you're back there in like a year.
Then you're wasting. If you go and draft a quarterback, you're wasting 1 or 2 years.
This is why I want to be
wasting. This has to be Jalen Hurts.
Unless you go get a free agent that you really like.
What free agents? There's not even
guys.
free agents. You're not getting those.
Why do you think I was so boned up for Russell Wilson? Because those top 10 guys don't come around very often.
You also think he's just so hot.
I think he's great.
And goofy.
And this is why I want to be desperately wrong on Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts to rub my face in it. Because if he is, I mean, it's the quickest route to success for the Eagles. And all I care about is the Eagles. I don't care about being right or wrong.
I'm leaning towards him proving you wrong.
I hope so.
By the way,
because it's the easiest path.
And
everything's just
built,
is.
Everything's built for him to have success.
And you have a youthful roster now. You have some pieces in place that you feel good about the immediate future with. So there's no quicker path to the Eagles becoming great again than Jalen Hurts being awesome. So I hope I'm wrong.
If I told you to start the 2024 season, this is the 2022 one coming up, by the way. The 2024 season opening day, one person won't be here, Jalen Hurts or Nick Sirianni. What's your vote?
Whew.
If one of them wasn't going to be here, I think the easy answer is Hurts.
Yeah.
To me, it means that Hurts didn't work out.
Right.
And Sirianni gets to go and work with, try to work his craft with a young quarterback.
Yeah, because it seems Sirianni has a very simple, repeatable method, at least to this point in the season. And this point in the season, it's easy to say that. But what he did last year eventually worked. He made adjustments. He has all the makings of a coach that has longevity in that he views the mistakes he's made last year. We already saw him make a major adjustment in season, and we saw him delegate stuff to his staff. Like, those are all the makings of a coach that has longevity. Plus, he's likable. He connects with the city. Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, and I want Hurts to be here too, but if you got to pick one, it's Hurts.
Yeah, you got to think it would be. But I was just shocked. It seems to be the talking point that this is the launching off point. This is just the beginning for the Eagles, and I want to believe that. I want to totally embrace that. That would be the happiest. That'd be a sustained Eagles run is the greatest period of time for a sports fan in this town.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
And having a franchise quarterback is just a great feeling.
Like, come on, Jalen.
When you realized McNabb was it, you just went, oh, this is great. You know, we potentially have 10 years in front of us of competitive, meaningful football. And you basically did.
And you know, you absolutely did.
Yeah, so I'd love to repeat that feeling again because it's a great feeling to have that quarterback.
What was McNabb, 12 years? 11?
Here? Probably right around 10. I don't recall.
I don't remember how far it went.
99 to 12, right? So
No, it was 12 years then.
Yeah.
Was it really?
12
Wow.
years. Hey, Amtrak is hiring. Connor, just in case you're interested. Amtrak offers competitive compensation packages and a comprehensive benefits program to meet your needs. Your future rides with Amtrak, careers.amtrak.com.
Trains are chill. I like trains.
You like that?
Trains.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. I love the train. I would take trains. I would take trains almost anywhere. I'm not afraid of trains, Coach.
Are people scared of trains?
Coach doesn't like robots. So, I mean, and then
I'm okay with a train.
You're not, but
It's not a robot.
Those are computer run, aren't they now?
Well, you're talking about computers. Robots are.
Yeah, computers
robots
are fine.
computers. Computers are robots. They're the same thing.
Yeah, but my MacBook doesn't have arms and can do front flips and shoot a rocket launcher off its back.
Well, they're coming out with that.
Well, I'm
It's gonna
telling
be
you,
the next Mac.
I'm telling you, you trust computers then. I would not.
To a degree.
If you've got an Apple device, make sure you have downloaded the new update and it's there for you. You didn't get an update. 15.6.1. Update it because they are attacking the iPhone and going after. There's a major issue with iPhones, iPads. Check it out. So the update is there. If you go to your updates, do it.
This is why I don't mobile bank on my phone.
You don't? I do. I do not on my phone. I do on my iPad though. I do on the iPad. Andrew in Phoenixville wakes up with us. Good morning, Andrew. How are you, buddy?
It is absolutely gorgeous outside. Hope you guys are having a good week, good day, and a good morning. And I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Same to you, buddy.
Eagles talk. I'm super confident that they're going to win the NFC East.
I am too. I am too.
They have the weapons. They have the younger defense. We finally have the cornerbacks we finally need. We haven't had since, I don't know, God knows, maybe 1990s or something. We have Jalen Hurts, who looked spectacular, obviously, in the first series of the Jets. But as you were saying, John, Washington, I don't think they're going to be very good because I've heard that Carson Wentz is throwing ability and his ability to get to receivers is not very good this year. Like he's having some trouble throwing the ball.
I think they're finishing in second.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas, I'm not too concerned about. It seems like everybody on the Dallas team is just getting old. They're getting slower. Dak can still throw the ball, but he doesn't have any weapons. I mean, Amari Cooper went to Cleveland, so he doesn't have that anymore.
Now, wait a minute, though. You think they're winning the NFC, though, too? You think they're going to a Super Bowl?
Well, think about this. Green Bay doesn't have any weapons. They lost Adam.
No, they have the best weapon of all. They have Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, but he came on record ESPN last week and said he was frustrated with his wide receivers that they kept on dropping easy passes and they are not following the routes as they should be. So he's getting frustrated.
You know what I'd say, Andrew, when we got to run. You know what I'd say to Aaron Rodgers? Start attending OTAs. Don't be going out eating dirt. Don't be going out doing.
What's the new drug he was doing?
Ayahuasca.
Right, exactly.
Ayahuasca.
Instead of ripping your young receivers, why don't you devote yourself to being the team leader and be there for OTAs and help the young? When you got a bunch of young receivers, say to yourself, instead of trying to do things that are going to be the next, can I do the next look at me story, you then devote yourself to being the quarterback of the Packers. How about that?
In fairness, he could have been hallucinating that he was at OTAs. He could not realize he didn't make it.
He was there in spirit, just not physically.
Yeah.
By the way, Matt.
Physically, he was in a yurt in the desert tripping balls. Spiritually, he was in Lambeau
That's good
throwing
yurt
bombs.
by you. You a yurtsman, Bob?
I like a yurt.
Who doesn't like a good yurt?
Is that like the cheese things that they fry up?
The what?
That's a curd.
That's a cheese curd.
That's a curd.
A yurt is like a tent for nomadic people.
By the way, Matt from Parks and Jimmy the C are listening right now
What do you
as
say,
they
Matt
drive
and
over to
Jimmy C?
Rolling Green.
Well, good luck in your member today.
They play 20.
Member guest,
They
I
play
should say.
27 today.
Oof.
So you play 9 best ball, 9 shamble, 9 alternate shot. I hate alternate shot format.
Yeah, I've never played that.
It's a terrible format.
So do you drink at a member guest? You got to, right? Or do you take it
They
serious?
were having the transfusions yesterday.
That's
I met
good hydration
I'm
right there.
so sorry I don't remember the guy's name, but he's a listener of the show. Met him at the bar afterwards. Big Irishman from Havertown.
Nice.
And St. Joe's Prep. Sort of gave him a stink eye. But he was a good dude. And but
Transfusions
he
are
was having
delicious.
the transfusion after, though.
It's like hydration. It's like a water, basically.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's good for you.
If I got to tell you, watching it yesterday, they both Matt was coming around pretty well. I mean, they may need to drink though. By whole like 19 or 20.
Yeah, you got to loosen the back up a little bit.
I'm way better when I drink.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Are you really?
For sure. There's a sweet spot between like 5 and 7 beers where I'm Tiger
in
Woods
the zone.
prime.
Hey, in the linchpin, Jamie says the offense might be really good, according to this guy.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, so Shil Kapadia, who worked here locally in town for a long time, is still local.
He's doing national now,
But
though?
now he's been upgraded to the Ringer's national NFL writer. And I love Shil. I think
he does a really good job.
A really good mix of analytical versus versus talking to people and kind of surmises it all very well. So he came out with his top offenses in the NFL this year and how he projects teams will turn out. It's a deep dive into all the rosters, the advanced metrics, the efficiency stats, and then he compiles his list. If I had to have you guess, I will tell you the Eagles are in the top 10. Where do you think Shil Kapadia has the Eagles finishing this year?
Okay, they were 12th last year. Top 10's not a big jump with what they've done. 8th.
Not far off. He has them finishing 9th. So his list goes as follows: the Chiefs 1, the Bills 2, no surprise there. Chargers 3 with Justin Herbert.
Okay.
And all those. Chargers are going to be pretty good this year.
Chargers could be really good.
Tampa Bay Bucks, if their quarterback gets back to camp any day, maybe they'll finish 4th. Bengals 5, Rams 6, Broncos 7, Packers 8th, Eagles 9th, and coming in 10th, the Dallas Cowboys. Shield goes on to say, basically what everybody says. It's all coming down to Jalen Hurts. He said, they changed their approach in the middle of last year to a run-heavy scheme, an offense that finished the season 11th in efficiency. But their season came to a screeching halt with an ugly offensive performance in the playoffs against the Bucs. Larger samples are more useful than smaller sample sizes, but this was an above-average offense that overachieved in 2021. If they finish 9th this year, I think I'd be pretty happy with it. I went back the last 2 Super Bowl winners, and they both – I was expecting top 5 offenses. They weren't really. Last year, the Rams were the 8th scoring offense, and I went by scoring, not anything else, because that's all I really care about.
Scoring is what you got to go by.
And Chiefs the year prior were only the 6th highest scoring offense.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, right? I would have assumed both were top 3.
No.
So if you're in top 10, you're in the game. And I trust Sheil, and I like reading this stuff.
Well, Sheil is not a pom-pom shaker.
No, not at all.
So
if they finish to be a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense,
I'm giddy with that. No, they're going to be. They may go to the NFC title game. If they're top 10 both?
Yeah, if they're top 10 both, I feel
think they're
pretty great.
They're going to the NFC title game. I'll put it in the ledger.
And they have potential to do both.
They will be in the NFC title game. If they're both. I don't know.
Jonathan Gannon doesn't have any excuses this year. I read something the other day about money spent in the offseason. The NFL average around the league is $102 million of the cap spent on defense, $120 spent on offense. The Eagles are leading the NFL with $132 million spent on defense, 30 above the league average. Jonathan Gannon doesn't have any excuses.
No excuses. None. And did you see who was at practice the other day?
No, who was
Daryl Morey?
No, at the Eagles practice.
The one in Cleveland?
No, there was the one in at NovaCare last week.
Okay, I know Daryl was there on Sunday.
Who was it? Vic Fangio.
Oh yeah, somebody else wrote a story about how much Gannon. Oh, it was the Honest NFL on Twitter, the guy that used to work, and he was like, you can see so much of Fangio's defense in Jonathan Gannon.
And Vic Fangio is considered
a great defensive mind.
Great defensive minds. I think it may be why. What do? You try to. People are trying to get the Shanahan tree, the McVay tree, everything like that. So maybe the Fangio tree is where Jonathan Gannon has that. What we don't understand why his stock is so high. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
who do you know, and what did you steal from them?
Yeah, I mean that's all it is.
From them? Yes.
Nobody's really reinventing the wheel here. It's taking the best of what you believe in and applying it to your team, and they have a shot to be top 10 at both, and that's pretty damn exciting.
I don't want it to rain for the folks at the golf tournament on Sunday afternoon, but
I will be there.
But Eagles 1:00 on Sunday. I am interested a bit to be able to watch that and the Phillies.
Yeah, for sure. But you can do all of those.
I can do it from my Hulu account, walking the course.
You're going to be. No, you can't.
Yeah, I can just pull it up and watch.
You can have your phone out at a PGA event?
Yeah.
I don't think you are, though.
Yeah.
I don't think you will.
Why can't you have your phone out?
I don't think you have your
phone out. I got
phone
a 10 access. You can do whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to be.
Maybe not at Augusta, but at Wilmington.
Yeah, Wilmington Country Club, that's fine.
All right, coming up, scientists in England believe that they are only a couple decades away from changing your lives and your past forever. Stranger Things Friday continues on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And I know if you're a building manager for any Philadelphia area municipal, commercial, or industrial facility, it is terrible if you get caught with your pumps down. Because the guts and bowels of your building, well, when they spew, it's going to be bad news. And the guys at Pump Man Philly are the experts. They do troubleshooting. They do emergency repair. They do maintenance, and they do pump system replacements. That's why you need to know the Pump Man 24/7, 365. Pump Man's going to make sure all the pump systems are fully operational through every season. From the AC cooling pumps to the pool pumps, Pump Man's got you. Why don't you schedule an inspection now? Get some maintenance done to your pump system now so you're not swimming in complaints. Call Pump Man, 833-559-PUMP. Save the number in your phone right now. And if you see the Pump Man trucks on the road, pull up next to them and yell, Pump! 833-559-PUMP. Go to pumpmanphilly.com. The guys to know to fix your flow.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO. No limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory. And you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like zero down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
This summer, the General Building Contractors Association is reminding the construction industry and all workers to stay safe while working in the heat.
Look out for signs of heat-related illness, like dizziness, fatigue, slurred speech, heavy sweating, and nausea. If you see a coworker showing symptoms, quickly cool them off, and when in doubt, call 911.
Learn more about working safely in the heat by downloading Toolbox Talks at gbca.com. We're GBCA, and we're building safer together.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
As the official snack of summer, the Philly Pretzel Factory Rivet Bucket goes everywhere. The ballpark, the pool, the beach, even hanging with friends and family in the backyard. Rivets are bite-sized Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels. With dips like traditional mustard, honey mustard, or brownie batter, there's something for everyone. Find your nearest Philly location today at phillypretzelfactory.com and grab a Rivet Bucket, the official snack of summer.
A new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store is now open at the Overlook at King of Prussia. Get ready to score up to 70% off thousands of items from your favorite athletic brands. Check out can't-miss deals for the entire family, including tees, tanks, shorts, leggings, footwear, golf apparel, and more. Plus, new styles arrive weekly, so there's always more from the best brands. Check out your new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store for the grand opening celebration, August 19th to the 21st at the Overlook at King of Prussia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster. In the back.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets, all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, I can tell you that CoPair Health has helped me so much. CoPair is your partner in weight loss. They are a absolute Philly phenomenon right now, and so many people who listen to The Fanatic have joined CoPair. They've gone to CoPairHealth.com. They've gotten connected. They've gotten themselves a coach, and you find out all the differences. I was telling Jimmy the C yesterday about it a little bit, that they tell you when to eat, what to eat, but more importantly, too, it's a little psychological exercise of why you eat. And I can tell you that once you figure out all those codes and figure out the timing, the spacing, and it can help you out, and it can really change your life. Some people want to lose 40, 50, 60 pounds. You're going to hear them on the ads that run throughout the day here on the station. I'm interviewing them. They're more than halfway there using CoPair. Here's what I want you to do. Save hundreds of dollars before the end of August just for mentioning my name. By Christmas, you're going to be a sexy beast. Go to CoPairHealth.com. Join on in the transformation. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Thanks for hanging out with us. By the way, I did get the note. James Comer was the Irishman from the prep that I met yesterday.
And
I'm telling you, you were casting a television show, and you said, okay, I need like a 40-something Irishman from the prep. This would be James Comer. And he was the one having the transfusion after his round.
I like to have him before, during, and after my round.
He had a bad session on the range. And he was saying that was going to help him get ready for today. So.
I had a great session on the range the other day, and then a crap performance on the course.
See, it happens to you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Doesn't mean anything.
Nice meeting James, and I thank James for listening to the show. And hopefully you're listening as often as possible. And take it out. Have your devices, once you update them, make sure you've got the new app, too. The new app's fantastic, so you can be able to listen anytime that you want. I want to remind you that Corona Premier is helping to bring you the Scramblewood at Ramblewood. Coming up next week, the Fanatics 2022 Summer Golf Classic comes your way on Tuesday. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club. Tee time's 1 o'clock. We're broadcasting our show there early. Then Anthony Gargano's show will be there, too. The whole crew from The Best Show Ever will be stopping on by, too. They'll be having lunch with you from Jersey Mike Subs. Dinner's included, too. And your first Corona Premier is free. Everyone gets a pair of free tickets to FanFest 2. The event almost sold out, so you got to get in. We're going to look forward to seeing you there. Support life-saving cancer research by supporting the AACR. A portion of the proceeds benefits the AACR, and we appreciate them. Thanks to Corona Premier, Steven Singer Jewelers, Copair, Ferguson HVAC, your Delaware Valley Train Heating and Air Conditioning distributor, Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions, and our friends here at The Fanatic. We look forward to seeing you. I saw the crew from The Best Show Ever yesterday. They were doing their pre-show meeting. Coach was right in the middle of it. It was a scrum.
Oh, yeah. Coach was
and then Coach
taking charge.
And then Coach lured me into it.
Yeah, I was Woody Woodpecker yesterday, and if you don't know what that means, I was stirring the drink yesterday.
Yeah, you lured me into it because Coach says, "Hey, John, tell him what you think about Jay Wright."
Oh, yeah.
I said, I won't be sucked into his vortex.
They all think you're nuts.
I don't want to like him.
They all that entire show.
That's great.
Cannot believe your.
That's fine. They
your
can
hatred.
That's
jealousy. You mean?
No, it's. I do not want to be lured into the vortex of like looking at Jay Wright, meeting Jay Wright, and then going around and telling everybody that I meet how great a guy Jay Wright is. I'm sorry, I'm out of that.
He's a very nice guy. I met him at the Hustle premiere. Shook his hand. I said, "Hey, congrats on the retirement, coach," and he said, "Thank you."
Liv and I walked away. I said, "That's the Villanova coach, Liv," and we walked the other way. I said, don't look directly into his eyes.
And he chased you guys down and made sure, because as you guys were crossing the street, you almost got hit by a car. He stopped the car with one hand, and then he shook your hand and said, "I'm a big fan of the show." I saw it all happen.
I said,
very
do
nice guy.
not, under any circumstances. By the way, Toby.
And then he said, Kyle Neptune's coming for you.
Toby twice, and Connor was with us. Tobias was nice enough on the way out.
Yeah.
Liv wanted to meet him and talk and just say a few words with him, get a picture with him and everything. And he's used her twice on his story. So she's
really?
like, oh, her and Toby are best friends now.
He's a very polite guy.
What
nice dude.
What a great guy.
Yeah, just I think wrapping up his honeymoon. So congrats to Toby and the missus.
We avoided meeting Jay Wright. We went the other way. I said, look, you're a Temple girl. We walk this way.
Maybe Jay might be coming to FanFest. You guys could break bread.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you shake his hand.
Nope. Because I'd have to look him in the eye, because I was taught you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eye. I look him in the eye, then I'm going to start to have those feelings everybody else visits. Boy, he looks kind.
Grab a drink.
Doesn't he look nice and kind? I don't want to be sucked into the vortex.
He doesn't coach for that team or that school anymore. Can't you like him now?
He's still working for that school.
So? Just shake his hand.
He's still the puppet master.
Shake the man's hand, coward.
He's the puppet master. How about a polite fist bump?
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
That works, maybe.
Maybe you guys could exchange numbers and text each other on the weekends.
No.
Hey, what are you doing, Jay?
No.
Invite him over to the Kincade to play some
he could go over to the Kincade,
video games
play
with
some Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to have time, Coach, between all the adopting of stray animals he does. He delivers meals to elderly homes.
Orphans.
Yeah, he takes in
orphans from fires.
Yeah, and he runs basketball camps for free in his
You're
backyard.
telling me he's Batman.
he's pretty booked. So
yeah, he doesn't have time to come to the Kincade.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough with all the charity he does.
Okay, I have one of the it's Stranger Things Friday, and I'm not a Stranger Things viewer. Connor, you love the show.
Yeah, it's great.
Basic premise is?
So there's these kids who, they're in middle school in the first season. They live in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, like a small town in the 80s. And all of a sudden, weird stuff starts happening because of these science experiments, and all these weird monsters are coming out of an alternate dimension.
It doesn't sound like my kind of show.
Oh, it's everyone's kind of show. That's awesome.
Really?
I can't imagine someone not enjoying it. It's not like a demographic or anything. It's
like
just
that?
a
Okay.
very, very good show.
They filmed, I think, 3 of the seasons right up the street in Atlanta from us, and I didn't watch it. And people love it. People loved it and thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Well, some stranger things, all these strange stories I've been finding. Scientists in England from Cambridge is pretty smart, believe they will have the ability soon, meaning the next 20 years, through a new therapy to remove harmful memories from your subconscious. Are you in?
Absolutely not.
Would it fundamentally change who you are? I mean, our bad experiences make us who we are, right?
That's what I was saying yesterday. I was having this conversation with someone else.
That would be my concern.
It is people that have suffered trauma, a lot of times childhood trauma, maybe traumatic events.
I mean, if it's something that caused you to have PTSD.
They're working right now.
Yeah, I would.
They're working with military members.
But if it's just common life, loss of a loved one, which you can have PTSD from. So, yeah, I guess it's individualized.
I would never want to do this.
I wouldn't, because I've had a pretty fortunate life in terms of tragedy. So
what about that one time Jeeves dropped your toy?
Yeah.
It's scarred.
It was upsetting, but I got over it. I moved on. I don't think I would.
I would never do this.
But I could see a lot of people would.
Really?
You think a lot? You think it'd be the majority of people would do this?
Maybe not majority, but, a lot of people have gone through some pretty terrible things that stay with them daily.
Okay, so let's say you've gone through a traumatic event. Let's say let's say you know someone in your life that's evil, and you've dealt with them. You've had to maneuver your life dealing with this person that is flat out evil, and they remove the memories of some bad things from you. You don't then know, I know how to navigate evil people because of a memory I've got of dealing with someone evil. So in life, would you want that evil person removed from your memory? Because then you don't know how to navigate. You would know the warning signs to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to be careful of this. You learn from your bad experiences, and then if it wipes from your memory, well, you got to repeat some of your same mistakes potentially. That's not great.
That's what Jamie brought up there. I mean, as far as you learn your worst experiences.
Yeah, it's part of what makes you who you are in current day.
My worst experience is being a cancer patient. And I know that my life is 100 times better because of it. Because I don't sweat the dent in the car. I don't worry about things that I used to worry about. And I tend to attack things with the verve of, hey, time's running out. You got to keep.
Yeah, it gave you a new perspective on life.
So I wouldn't want a bad thing like that removed. But people who, because by the way, they're trying to do it and primarily it's for trying to help people, service members, with a thing. But they believe technology. I'm thinking is, how will they do this?
Yeah.
They're saying it's a non-invasive procedure.
I don't know if they shock the brainwaves or something.
Well, it's non-invasive. Does non-invasive mean they wouldn't do shocks?
Well, I think non-invasive means no incisions or anything like that. So if you have something that could shock it from outside the skull, then I guess that's technically non-invasive.
Coach, anything you want to forget? Would you sign up for this?
No, I wouldn't do it, but there are a lot of things I like to forget.
Mr. Snuffy says, as someone that's been to war and seen some pretty terrible stuff, I wouldn't want them messing with my brain. I'll deal with it.
So he'll deal with it. Snuff, thanks for your service, dude. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, the thought of, getting your brain. I just watched Severance.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
Which is an Apple TV show, and they install a chip in your brain.
I've heard. Don't give away anything of that
that's
show.
All I'll say.
But
it's bug out city. Anything going into my brain.
Is that Apple or is that HBO?
That's Apple.
Yeah. That's Apple.
It's a little slow, but it gets there.
It's a slow build.
Started. Yeah,
that's what's the guy's name?
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Adam
He's
Scott.
great.
Yeah,
but
it's a really good cast. Christopher Walken's in it.
Oh, is he?
John Turturro's in it. Yeah. What's her name? Really great actress.
Meryl Streep.
No.
Coach said,
Stop me when I hear it.
earlier today, Connor says, I don't have time to watch you. I don't have time to watch TV shows.
I'm a busy
Patricia
man.
Arquette.
But he's watching Stranger Things, and he's watching what's the other show
The
you're
Boys.
watching? The Boys.
That's
a good
great.
show.
Great show.
I'm also out on this this mind-bending stuff because it's Cambridge. As an Oxford man myself, I'm out on.
Yeah, Patricia
I didn't
Arquette's in
know-
it too.
wait
She's
a
a
minute.
great actress. She
Wait a
plays
minute.
crazy well.
Oxford is Division 3?
I studied abroad at Oxford.
What?
I spent a month over there writing a thesis paper that was reviewed by Oxford professors on for a political science study abroad course. I swear.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I wrote a thesis.
Division 3. They're sending you to Oxford.
I wrote a thesis paper on the differences between a floating constitution and a written constitution like we have here in the United States and compared and contrasted the two.
Wait a
25 pages.
So
Oxford reviewed.
where do the Division 1 kids go?
I don't know, the moon or something.
I mean, seriously. Jamie, did you realize that?
No, I didn't.
Division 3. They're
Well,
now
I was
sending
Division
you
3 too.
They-
It's
well,
just
they
athletics.
send you.
It's not academics.
Uh-huh. Hey, Corona Premier presents the Fanatic Summer Golf Classic. To find out how you can win your way into the scramble with a Ramblewood, courtesy of Corona Premier, go to 97.5thefanatic.com and click on the events page. It's time for 5 questions with Kincade, and they're all sports-oriented. And I need you, Heavy Chevy, to come on in the studio.
It's time for 5 questions with John Kincade.
All right, Jamie. Question number 1 is going to go to you.
Question 1.
You're going to get Kevin Durant. And you're going to get 2 trips to the conference finals. One of those trips ends up in the NBA finals. But you don't get a parade. In exchange, you are then going to get 4 years out of the playoffs. The next 4 years.
So 2 years with
2 years you go to the conference finals, both years. One of those years you lose in the NBA finals.
Then
but you don't get a parade.
the 4
The
years
next 4
after
years
that.
after you were out of the playoffs, you're in the lottery.
Do
Are
I-
you taking the deal right now to acquire Kevin Durant, but it's not going to deliver you a parade, but it's going to deliver you the 2 best Sixers seasons in a generation?
Oh, that's tough. Knowing the results is tough. I probably wouldn't take that.
Connor, are you taking that?
No, I'm not.
I would absolutely not take it.
Yeah, I'd rather roll the dice and try to win a title.
Go for the ship.
There we go. All right, question number 2
Question 2.
goes to Heavy Chevy. Hi, Heavy Chevy.
What's going on?
You don't look older.
You don't think?
No, you don't, really.
Do I
And
look-
he's wearing the trucker hat backwards today. Very casual look for you.
Yeah, it's a very beachy look today. I'm going to the shore right after the show.
Oh, you are?
Or after the afternoon, yeah.
Because you're one of those affluent kids that has the shore house.
Of course, yeah.
So you've got that.
Yeah.
None of the other brothers going to be there?
No, just me. I think everybody else is doing their own
What about
thing,
that
so.
one brother you hate?
I'm
sorry, we
yeah,
don't
no,
name
no,
him.
don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
We're not bringing him. All right, Chevy. This is according to 17 magazine. So is 17 like the teenage girl magazine, Connor? You
Yeah.
know that
Why
one?
are you asking me? I don't know.
Yeah, I
you
remember
seem like you know.
my older
All right.
cousin used to have that. I would read it. I'm not ashamed to
Never
admit
heard
it.
of it, but
They used to do
What?
like an Ask Me Anything
Right, okay.
back in the day.
What do teenage girls find most endearing about their boyfriend's love of sports? I had 3 answers that they gave. The
What do
top
they
3
find
answers.
endearing
What
about-
do they find endearing about their boyfriend's love of sports?
I guess I want to say their passion that they have for it.
That's number 1.
Okay.
That is number 1.
So there's 2 other things?
Yes, there's 2. Well, there were a bunch of others, but I gave the top 3.
Okay.
Their passion for it's number 1,
Yeah.
which surprises me.
I'm trying to think of the other 2, but
I got one for you.
What?
Commitment.
commitment?
They're teenage girls.
Oh, like to a sports team?
Yeah, meaning you can commit to something.
Yeah,
You're loyal. You're dedicated.
Teenage girls. Connor, you should think of this. Be mindless like you are.
What?
No,
They
I'm thinking too
they
deep.
What a ricochet
Chevy,
shot.
Chevy,
their
they
competitiveness.
They like how their boyfriend looks in sports gear.
Oh, boy.
In their favorite team gear. And number 3 is they love sharing the experience with them.
Really?
Yes.
Makes
You
sense.
don't find that. Yeah, you don't find that, right?
No. I know my girlfriend doesn't.
Christina reads a book. Like the Phillies game will be on.
Yeah.
She'll be there with me, but she's reading a book.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
And
Yeah.
she'll look up, and depending on who's
It's
on.
nice to have them with you there while you're. But I mean, yeah, they're not there to watch the sport.
Correct.
They're there to just.
Christina
support
says
you.
she likes the Phillies costumes. She likes how they fit the Phillies.
Yeah, they have nice costumes.
She
Yeah.
thinks they have nice costumes and the way they fit.
I like their
so.
costumes too.
Good job there, Chevy. Have a great weekend. What beach will you be at so like the women can ogle you?
Sea Isle.
Sea Isle. They'll be
Yeah,
ogling
I'll be in
you.
Sea Isle, so come
They'll be
find me.
Come find Heavy Chevy. Someone will come up to you this weekend and recognize you. So there it is. All right, question 3.
Question 3.
Coach Camille.
Yo.
Is it time for the Union to win a championship? When does the Union start to have expectations on it as a franchise like we put on all the other Philadelphia franchises?
Now.
You do believe that?
This year, absolutely. They went out and got some pretty heavy hitters. Michael Uwa. And Julian Carranza. I mean, they have the two probably best defensive players in the league, as well as the number one goalie in the league.
Well,
so
he's
it's like
nice Jamaican
right now. If they should have won it last year.
But do you believe there's pressure on them to win?
Screwed them.
Here?
Is there pressure on them?
Like we don't put any pressure on the Union like we do on other sports.
Well, I think that if we talked more about soccer in general, then yeah, there would be pressure.
Okay.
They should have won the championship last year if the MLS didn't screw them with the COVID stuff and making them play that conference final with 11 of their players on COVID restrictions. Right. They could have won it last year. So yeah, this year they have to win it this year.
This is the year. All right, there you go. Question 4.
Question 4.
All right, Connor Thomas.
Hello.
The most annoying golf habit, according to Golf Magazine, the most annoying golf habit that someone in your foursome has. I took the top 3 answers and I've written them down here. That according to Golf Magazine readers, what are the most annoying things that someone in your foursome will do?
Talk in your backswing.
Talk in your backswing is 3.
Lie about their score.
Not one of the answers.
Walk in your line on the green.
Not one of the answers. One more guess.
I got one.
Jamie, you want to try?
Pace of play.
Pace of play was number 2.
Okay.
The number 1, though.
Drink too much.
No. Number 1 is
not drink enough.
Number 1 most annoying thing of someone
Causing
in
a
foursome.
scene, talking to the group ahead of you to pick up, yelling.
No, that's not bad though. That's not bad. I would
I
think
cringe
that.
when people yell.
Anyone else?
Playing the ball out of order, like playing ahead of you.
No, I get hung up on that. Like people worrying about.
Yeah.
Well, it's my.
I play
tee-box.
ready golf.
Yeah, play ready golf.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
I don't know.
Surprisingly, I'm shocked at this one. The amateur golfer who gives the other amateur golfer advice.
Tips. Yeah.
Oh, you're stepping out of your swing there.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what you need to be doing there? You need to do this when you're putting.
I don't hate that.
The number one thing is
You got to be a 5 or less handicap to give
to
me
give
advice.
someone else advice.
I totally disagree with
I'll
that.
ask for advice if I want it.
I took a golf class in college, and I have a buddy who's
Of course,
never shot.
did you go to Oxford for that?
No, that was at Washington College. And
Well, that's
I've got a
Division
buddy,
III. That
like if I'm
sounds
playing with
Division
a buddy
III.
who's never shot below 130, and I give him tips.
That's different, but the thing
Why is
is,
that
though,
different?
the average guy playing golf, I would think Golf Magazine people are avid golfers.
Yeah.
And they're saying, don't tell me, don't
yeah,
try to
if-
fix my game. When you shoot 90
Yeah.
and I shoot 90, don't tell me how to fix my game.
That's fair. If you're on the same level and you're both like a 14 handicap, then yeah.
Right. So there you go. All right. Question 5.
Question 5.
All right, Jamie. The number one things that people must have at an outdoor tailgate, and it cannot be anything in the liquor beer variety. So we're talking about right up your alley, food. 3 things that must be at any great outdoor tailgate. This is Rachel Ray. I didn't know she. Rachel. By the way, did you know Rachel Ray has a magazine?
Yeah, I did know that.
Did you know,
I didn't
Coach?
know that.
She has a magazine. She has a TV show. She's got a magazine. I can't imagine that many people are buying the magazine.
A grill.
No. The items that people say you have to have a great outdoor tailgate at a sporting event. And it's not liquor or beer in it.
And it's not like grill or cooler or anything.
No.
Okay.
It's not
I would say a football or some type of game.
No. It's eating.
Food.
Oh, food.
Jamie.
Oh.
Jamie, I said to you because of food, because you're the expert on this. What must you have?
Burgers.
Yes, number 2.
Sausages.
Interesting.
Or brats.
I guess they put the brats and sausage in one. That was actually 4.
Okay.
I didn't count that one as one of the 3 here. Connie, have a guess?
Wings.
Wings,
wings.
Absolutely 3. Number 1, though.
Not a cheesesteak.
Chips.
Yeah,
you gotta have chips.
You gotta have chips.
And if you're eating out of the vending machine for $100, no problem.
It says you gotta have chips, Doritos, pretzels, or something while people are waiting to eat and while they're drinking to soak up some of the alcohol. Then you can grab a handful of chips. You can grab some of that. So that's great.
Rachel Ray.
Great job.
When's
Rachel
the last
Ray.
tailgate she was at?
Looks like she's been at quite a few.
I saw Rachel Ray down at Jetro last year. Throwing a bet.
I think she has.
Having the Miller
I think she
highlights
has.
and everything.
Rachel looks like a fun. She looks like a fun girl, though.
Yeah, she's beer bonging under 95.
Like she looks like a fun girl. She looks like she'd have a great time.
Keg stands.
She's doing
Rachel Ray.
She started to do her show from home, I guess during COVID. I guess they had to do it at home.
Yeah, I mean, isn't her show originally from like a place that looks like a home anyway?
Yeah, but her home though, she looked I'm going to tell you, looked a little sloppy.
Really?
Housekeeper. Yeah.
Was she in like a living room?
Like I would imagine, Coach, you worked with Martha Stewart. I would imagine Martha Stewart's kitchen looks pretty exceptional. Well put together.
Yeah, the one on 47th and 7th, she has her test kitchens.
Right.
It's unbelievable. There's probably 3 or 4 of them there, and they were unbelievably kept.
Rachel Ray's kitchen looks sort of like Nana's house. It looks sort of old. Looked a little
some
dark.
people don't like to take their work home.
It looked dark, but maybe it's because she's doing a show from home. Like she's doing it from her own kitchen. It just looked crowded. And then she would bring her husband in on it. Like she'd bring him in occasionally. Like he's like walking into the room to get something out of the fridge and he'd get called in. Can you imagine that?
I had a buddy walk up shirtless behind his wife's meeting Zoom the other day. He came up from the basement working out. She's never in the kitchen. And he walks up, he said, with a dumb grin on his face, pouring sweat, shirtless, right in her company Zoom.
Did she get an applause? Did he get applause?
I don't know.
Or anything like that? So that's how Connor would do it.
Yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be accidental either.
That's what he'd be
Sign
doing,
that up.
too.
Wait, sorry. What are you doing up there, honey?
All right, coming up in the next hour of the show, we're only halfway home on this Friday. We all have strange fascinations with athletes, but in different ways. We'll talk about that next, plus more on the Phillies and the Mets this weekend. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love the BetParx app. I love it because of the fact that you want to bet $1, you want to bet $2, you want to bet $10, whatever it is. What if I told you that I'm going to put $750 right in the palm of your hands? Yep. A risk-free wager of $750 if you're a new customer, up to $750 if you're a new customer when you download the BetParx app. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey to do it. Now, I don't bet on preseason NFL football, but I can promise you this. There are great ways for you to enjoy it because I like betting on the futures bets. I've already bet the Eagles to win the NFC East. I've already bet the Eagles over 9.5 wins. You want to jump on these things because the numbers are constantly changing. You should be all over the Phillies this weekend against the Mets because the Phillies could be favored every game of this homestand. Go to the BetParx app. Download that app. Take advantage of the risk-free bet. It'll be refunded in site credit should you lose, but you sound pretty smart. I think you're going to win. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
This should be 8x7.
When it comes to closets, Janina's home organization business runs tip-top tidy.
Is this schedule right? I'm gonna need help.
But she needs to reorganize and find a new assistant.
I know, it's your last week, but can you make sure the Hanson pantry's wrapped?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with breast cancer, breastcancer.org is here to help. Find free expert guidance online. Learn about breast cancer risk, diagnosis, treatments, side effects, and managing life during cancer. Join breastcancer.org's online community to connect with others who know just what you're going through. Our mission is to empower you to make the best decisions for your life. No one should face breast cancer alone. Find support at breastcancer.org.
Hey, it's Jamie Lynch. I'm imploring you to join us in Arizona or in D.C. as we travel with hundreds of Birds fans and the great guys over at Philly Sports Trips. The hotel in Arizona is sick. Awesome luxury rooms, amazing pool. Guys, this could be the perfect romantic getaway to surprise your lady with. Or in my case, a romantic weekend with Bob Cooney and Pat Egan. Trust me, no one does travel better than Vince and Liz at Philly Sports Trips. Join us on their one-day trip to D.C. at a price cheaper than a home game. So come on and join us. Go to phillysportstrips.com.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with autopay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
We're very excited about our new show, The Best Show Ever. And we want to thank the best partners ever. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza, that's Papa John's. And CSL Plasma Donation Centers. For locations, visit CSLPlasma.com. Thanks for supporting The Best Show Ever. Afternoons on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Car shoppers, with light inventories and heavy markups, is it even possible to find a fair deal out there? To be sure, Faulkner Buick GMC in Westchester is the region's trusted name for selection and savings. With no markups and nothing priced above MSRP. Fair, honest pricing has been our way for over 30 years. Find the perfect vehicle, whether you pre-order or drive it off the lot today at Faulkner Buick GMC in Westchester on Auto Park Boulevard and at FaulknerAuto.com. To be sure.
If you're a window installer, keep it simple. Choose Andersen 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And with fewer callbacks, the choice is simple. It's Andersen 400 Series windows. The windows contractors trust the most. Get started at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Andersen brand survey of U.S. contractors.
So, what's the score in your house? You know, from the epic thermostat battle that's been raging all summer. Secretly adjusting the thermostat when your partner wasn't looking to try and stay comfortable. It's time for a truce with special financing offers and rebates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane, including a whole-house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane Comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval.
You know, it's way too nice outside to eat dinner at home. Instead, take the family out to P.J. Wellahans tonight. Whether you're into wings or burgers or craving a fresh salad, they've got something for everyone. We love our local PJs. We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
Let's go!
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You know we really like you when you listen on the radio, but we love you a little bit extra when you take us with you after your ride on the 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Get yourself all set. Hopefully you're going to have a great weekend. The weather may wreak havoc a little bit with the weekend. A little bit.
Positive thoughts only. The BMW Championship will not be rained out on Sunday. It will not be rained out on Sunday.
Well, I don't think it's going to be rained out.
No, but even a postponement's annoying.
Could be a delay.
Yeah, screw that.
You wouldn't mind a delay. You're going to have a little fun, right?
Yeah, but we got a babysitter to get back to. I can't take too much advantage of old Eileen Lynch. So,
Connor, are you going down to one of the games tomorrow?
I'm trying to go tonight and to get to the one of the ones on Saturday.
Well, Wheeler is early.
Yeah.
Now, what
early on a Saturday?
You think it's weird that Wheeler picked the 1 o'clock game, and reportedly he picked it?
No, I don't think that's weird at all.
Yeah, if he prefers pitching in the daytime, so be it.
When's the second game?
7:05.
7:05.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather pitch when it's cooler?
I'd rather not have to worry about how long the game before it goes.
Oh. No, there's not going to be a delay.
I'm not worried about that. No, but it's a variable.
Okay.
I'm trying to take as many variables out as possible. I know 1:05 is when the game starts. I know I can warm up at this time. I know I don't have to watch this before I go get warmed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just get to start your day. You know it's like a Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah, it's set.
Hopefully he bounces back strong because the Mets handed
He
it
will.
to him. The Mets handed it to him the other day.
Yeah, they did. Even great pitchers have, once every 9 or 10 starts will have a clunker.
If the Mets get to him again, are you concerned?
It'll raise my concerns a little bit, but no, not concerned yet.
Ryan Sickler is going to be in with us a little bit later on this hour. You can catch him at the Helium Comedy Club this weekend.
I love Helium.
You love Helium? Or
yeah,
do you love
it's a
the
great comedy club.
Yeah, you love, and you like Helium too. It changes your voice.
Yeah, one of my favorite noble gases. It's up there.
It'll be good. You really did go to Oxford.
Yeah, I stopped by for a month.
Division III kids go to Oxford.
It's not academics. That's athletics.
Keep telling yourself that.
I said I played Alabama.
Yeah, okay.
Keep telling yourself that.
SAT scores have nothing to do with
Keep
Division
telling
1, 2,
yourself
or 3.
that.
Yo, pull my transcript. Check my SAT scores. I killed that.
Yeah.
Perfect writing score.
I guarantee you had a better SAT score than I did.
I got a 2,000 even.
Mrs.
Oh, wow. You're the new generation. I was.
What did they do, 2,000?
I was the
Three-part score out of 2,400.
I thought it was 2,400.
Yeah, out of 2,400, I got 2,000.
Well, then that wasn't perfect.
No, perfect writing.
Oh, you got a perfect 2,000, you mean?
No, I got a perfect on the writing. There's 3 parts.
Oh, the writing.
So the writing. It's out of each part is out of 800.
I did so well on the second time. First time, I remember Mrs. Berner asking me if I was having problems at home.
Was she the sex ed teacher?
Because my SAT score was so low compared to my academics. Because I was like a very high B student.
Yeah, I was the opposite.
I wasn't an A student, but I was always a good B. But I always had a bunch of A's, and I'll have the occasional C, low B, and then bunch of A's.
Yeah, I was a terrible student. I was great at test taking.
So you did the test taking. What were you, Jamie? Did you fall more like Connor or me?
Horrible test taker. I got by.
I said I didn't want to sit for 4.5 hours on a Saturday or 5 hours, whatever it was.
Hey, we all ended up in the same room. So
exactly, we've all ended up.
I was qualified for untimed SATs, but I was the first. I was the first one out. I can't sit there and.
Why did you get an untimed SAT?
Learning disabled or disabilities. The ADD.
Coach, this is unfair.
Believe me, I didn't take advantage. I
could have used that.
I sped through it.
I think Coach's SATs were out of 10.
Coach, what were yours? Out of 10.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
By the way, they're back to the 1,600.
Yeah.
The 2,400's
gone
away.
The writing doesn't really matter.
They went away. I think it does.
Yeah, writing's pretty important.
I think it's like the most important skill that you can do is being able to articulate your thoughts, write them down, put them in in the form of a sentence.
I agree with you, but colleges don't care.
Yeah, they don't care as much, it appears. Hey, Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. We all have strange fascinations with athletes. It's sort of Stranger Things Friday with us here, but in different ways. Some of us obsess on a skill set that we value. And I think this is Philly. That guy really hustles. And then there's people who obsess on power. They love power hitters. Bob, who was he yesterday? You were saying Kyle Schwarber is great this year. And Bob and I are looking at you going, great? And you're like, well, look at his homers. Some people love the power. Physicality is big. Brian Dawkins, players like that. We're looking at Jordan Davis right now. Others like a guy because they get their jersey dirty. That's another Philly thing. Look at the jerseys all dirty. Look at that hustle. And to me, this has always been one of the strangest parts of fandom to me. Because we attach ourselves to attributes and many times reject better players because they don't have the attributes that we attach ourselves to.
Bobby Abreu.
What is the strangest thing that you find draws you towards athletes? Like, what is your? I have a buddy of mine who is obsessed on look at the hustle. Look at his jersey.
Well, I was just going to say the reason Chase Utley is beloved in Philadelphia is, I think, because he embodied the way we all envisioned ourselves playing if we had the skill to be a Major League Baseball player. Whereas you're going to bring a level of cerebralness to the game, play intelligently, play hard, play grimy and dirty, and just kind of give it your all, because I think that translates to caring. If you bust your ass and are taking out guys at second base and making the heady play all the time, that's how we all think we would play.
But Jimmy was getting hauled out of games sometimes
because he didn't bust it out of the box.
So did you appreciate him less?
No, I didn't. Jimmy was probably my second. Utley's actually the third favorite. I'm speaking for others when I talk about others. Ryan Howard was my favorite of the three.
So Ryan was your favorite?
Yeah, I was obsessed with the big piece.
That's why the Schwarber discussion yesterday.
Yeah,
I went back and
I love guys that hit bombs.
I went back and watched that yesterday because Bob and I both looked at you, and you can see it on the YouTube. We both looked at you like, Kyle Schwarber's having a great year, and we both looked at you like, great?
I love guys that can hit bombs because I think that's an intimidation factor the other team has to deal with, even if they're not hitting bombs.
What is it for you, Connor?
It's weird, but height was the first weird thing that came to mind. Guys that are generally my size, I've always found I root for them harder because you have a connection with those people. The Brian Westbrook, the TJ McConnell, the Tyrese Maxey, and there's other reasons.
And Westbrook,
to root for
who you
players.
could tackle.
Oh, easily. But no, there's reasons to the guys you could kind of talk yourself into being like I could relate to him because I'm about that size. Like Joel Embiid is
Brian
awesome.
Dawkins is your size.
But Brian Dawkins is different. Like that dude was
because I gave you the opportunity last year at FanFest.
That's an opportunity? You see that as an opportunity?
Yes, it was an opportunity.
Brian Dawkins, and I think I could tackle him.
Well, I mean,
I'd say Dawkins.
Look, I got Brian Westbrook and Brian Dawkins confused.
The dude's basically a superhero.
I mean, he's your size.
He's my height. he's not my size. No, but something about those guys that are a relatable size. Like, you can root for Joel Embiid because he's great, but it's hard to be relatable when you're a 7-foot tall guy to the average person. I think seeing someone comparable size to me draws me to rooting.
See, I'm exactly the opposite. I'm looking at the 5'10" guy and saying, like, dude, I know what you see in the world. I see guys like Embiid and Shaq and Kevin Durant, and I watch the athleticism with which they move. Magic Johnson back in the day. I look at them and I go, okay, how do they do that?
Yeah.
How are they that athletic?
Another strange one.
I tend to look taller and say, wow.
Another strange one for me is we kind of made fun of the caller that said it the other day, but the joy Tyrese Maxey has in the game, you get the feeling from him that he appreciates what he has. And if an athlete isn't succumb to the J-O-ness of a professional athlete and they stay grounded and have a good perspective on life and realize they're lucky to play a game, that draws me to them.
But you know what that is, Coach? I'm going to run this by Jamie right here, and you be the arbiter. I think you see yourself in Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, because if I ever made it to that level of athleticism, I think I'd be appreciative every day going into work.
But I think Jamie, more than anybody I know here around here, enjoy every single thing that you like. We get invited out to play golf. We get a rivet tray from Philly Pretzel Factory. We get our Wendy's on Thursday. You have a joy of every single one of those events. So you see that
because I know I'm lucky to have the job I do.
You are lucky, damn.
Yeah,
Coach, he's lucky, isn't he?
I think Jamie would have been an incredible professional athlete in any sport, and yes, he is lucky that he's here. Yes,
I think so too.
Like the guys that like is cheesy as it is, Bryce Harper stopping in Wawa and taking selfies with guys. Like you're not above that. I like that in my athletes. Tyrese Maxey, Bryce, just the little things, signing autographs for kids and not telling kids like some of the 93 Phillies to go bleep yourself. Like there's something really cool and appealing about that.
Hey, speaking of making Jamie smile, a rivet bucket from Philly Pretzel Factory.
Yeah.
That would make you smile. It's the official snack of summer. Find your store at phillypretzelfactory.com. I had a gentleman check in on social media here, Derek.
What do you say, Derek?
And Derek says maybe it's a local spin, but the rivet tray from the Pretzel Factory is a staple at all Philly tailgates.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
It is a great tailgate.
The only
item.
thing is, though, to me, I want the rivet tray picked up and brought directly to the event.
Yeah, it's got to be warm.
Yeah.
I don't want the rivet tray that you picked up last night.
No, it's not the same.
The next day, it doesn't have that same.
They sweat a little.
Quality to it, right?
Yeah.
I don't want
that. Got to be day
same.
of.
Hey, Connor, we have an In What World we didn't get to last hour that I'd like to get to.
We will get to that.
You will?
Right now.
In What World?
Okay, what is
Here's Connor Thomas.
Okay, so you guys are getting put in charge of the afterlife, but it's called heck.
It's called heck.
It's like hell for people who aren't quite as bad.
Not a Sixers executive. Former Sixers executive.
No, but it's like for people who like jaywalked or maybe stole a piece of Bazooka bubblegum one time. So it's not quite as bad.
I stole Gold Rush gum.
Right, so you would go to heck. But heck, you can't have them in eternal damnation, no lake of fire. The way that they're going to be punished is like minor inconveniences or things like that, fitting of the crime that they committed. What would you do? What would you have people suffer through as the person in charge of heck?
My number one, traffic.
So every time they drive, they're stuck in traffic?
They're stuck in gridlock.
76.
If I'm stuck in gridlock where I'm not moving and I have no idea like when I'm going to move, I would love to crawl through the sunroof. It makes me want to park the car and just walk.
Okay.
So I would absolutely, that's one of them.
Jamie, how are you running heck?
It's a minor inconvenience, but the no plastic bag thing.
So they have to carry all their groceries by hand every time they shop? That'd be rough.
That's a great one.
I know it's minor and it's not really, but when I don't have bags or have to pay for them, or even these new Target, my wife always yells at me because the Target bags, I keep some in my trunk, but I forget every time I go in, so then I end up with more bags. It's just a pain in the ass.
How about every time you pull up to a stop sign, there was someone there
waving me through?
Yeah, a second after you that waves you through.
That would drive me nuts.
I got one.
What do you got?
I would have somebody just be there. There's people that's like our buddy Jim on our YouTube. I would be like, that's just going to constantly try to troll you and try to say, look at me, pay attention to me, because I'm just going to constantly troll you. That would be something.
So a constant troll.
Yeah, you just have a troll.
Here's what I would do.
Like Happy Gilmore?
You just
follow you around a heckler.
Suck, you
got
That'd be great.
The constant troll who is just literally begging for your attention, probably a little hot for you. They're a little panning for you. They got something for you. So they're just obsessed with you.
Okay.
I would like
troll's
that.
Not bad.
Constant trolling.
So what I'm doing is every time you have to make a phone call, you got to be on hold for 30 minutes before you can talk to them.
Oh, no. Is there that music?
Yeah, it's a bad hold music. And it's the same song every time. And you call your mom, 30 minutes on hold. Call anyone, 30 minutes on hold before you get to talk to them. Or
I just simply wouldn't call anyone.
Well, yeah.
I'd lose contact with everyone.
Yeah, but think about it. You got to call for some things sometimes.
Try not to. I'd rather just drive. If I had to wait a half hour, I'd rather just drive to the person's house or office or whatever.
Or every 5 steps, one of your shoelaces comes untied.
Okay, that's terrible. That's like that'd be awful.
Welcome to heck.
Every event you go to, the grocery store, movie theater, it's the leaving stadium experience of getting out of that.
Oh, that would be terrible.
That would drive. I would go nowhere. I'd become a hermit.
How about a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth at all times?
Well, the one that embeds itself and then you have to go to a doctor?
No, not enough that you have to go to the dentist. It's just right there where your tongue can feel it, but you can't get it, and it's there forever.
Now, you had to go and have like emergency gumoptomy. Or
they had to pull it out of my gums. I
really?
got popcorn
I
kernel
don't know.
stuck in my gums.
You were on vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was not good.
You got a popcorn kernel lodged in your gum?
I tried to get it, and I pushed it deeper, and it didn't go great.
The thing is, though, your gums must be really unhealthy.
No, my gums are good.
No, they must be
gums.
really terribly gummy.
Once our puppy ate a stick, and it got lodged in the roof of her mouth, and we didn't know it, and the gums actually started to grow over the stick. So after a while, we were like, why does Bailey have the worst breath in the world? We had to take her to the vet. Turned out the branch had become embedded in the roof of her mouth.
Oh, jeez.
And the gum grew over it.
She had stick breath.
Oh,
so
it was
good.
terrible.
How about Doritos dust on your fingers forever?
Now, you see, that
coming up with new ones all
the
the time.
but you know what, though? That wouldn't be
smudging
bad. You're terrible because
you're doing paperwork.
I could lick
Just
my
Doritos.
fingers.
You could, but then anytime you touch paper, you got Dorito dust all over.
I could do that. So.
You're on your phone, Dorito dust. That'd be rough.
Hey, protect your home with DryTech waterproofing solutions. Fanatic listeners will get 15% off when you mention this ad. You listen to the Kincade Show. If you got water in your basement, cracks in your foundation, or mold remediation, trust the experts at DryTech, drytechcorp.com. So the Phillies and the Mets re-engaged this weekend. And I was getting universally mocked yesterday from some listeners saying that I was putting too much importance on this Phillies-Mets series. So I'm not above saying maybe I'm guilty. But 4-11 against the Mets is atrocious to me. And I had people saying to me, well, if you take out the Mets, they're playing real good against winning teams. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't just say, well, if you take out everybody who smokes cigarettes, the cancer rates aren't that bad. Now, come on now. Is it crazy to me to think that a series win over the Mets might be the springboard to something great? That if you go and you dominate the Mets this weekend, that you ride a wave next week through it, that by the time this 11-game homestand's over, you could be saying, okay, playoffs are a foregone conclusion. Now you're just worried about your positioning.
Yeah, I think it could because you have some bunnies on the schedule right after the Mets. And then
a week of bunnies.
Yeah, and then Bryce Harper's back.
Yes.
So you can really roll this could snowball into a run here where you go, wow, they're actual World Series contenders. And it starts with the Mets. I don't think you get that run going if you lose to the Mets again, because then you start to go, all right, they might not see him in the first round, but the Mets absolutely own us. Whereas you take, 3 of 4 this weekend, and then you sweep a Pirates or a Reds team.
Then you're feeling like...
Then Bryce Harper returns, and Schwarber's back and completely healthy, and you're going, oh, baby. This offense is deadly now.
What if you swept? Let's say this weekend you take. I'm not going to say sweep. You win 3 out of 4 against the Mets. You're going into next week saying you could go 6-1.
Yeah, we're taking our pants off, partying,
and then you're feeling it. You're really feeling good. Is it something about that chair and the taking the pants off?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think so.
They didn't teach you that at Oxford, did they?
No, they did not.
Do you get to say you're an Oxford graduate, by the way? With
no,
that?
I don't. I don't say that. Say I studied abroad at it. Yeah, this could be the launching pad, but on the other hand, I'm not losing my mind if they don't win this series because
2-2 is fine.
Right,
no, it's not fine.
It's okay.
No, it's not. Not with the advantages you got.
No, it is fine.
No, it's not.
This is one of the better teams in baseball, John. You could argue they're a top 3 team in baseball.
Okay, so you went 6-13 against that team.
That's fine.
Yeah, but a lot of those had Girardi stink on them.
Look at what they did against other great teams.
No, because Girardi, you can't do that, though, Jimmy.
Yeah, you
As I
can.
said yesterday, because Girardi won the Padres series.
Yeah, I don't care.
Girardi won the Dodgers series.
It works for my argument, and it doesn't work against yours.
Girardi didn't play. These players.
Yeah, but you're saying is if you want to discount against the Mets, saying Girardi was the manager, you can't. Then you have to discount all the series that they won against good teams when Girardi was
No, because that's too logical and it doesn't fit. So I'm going to go with wipe it off the Mets slate because Girardi was here and he stunk.
I'm not doing that, but still, you could, even if you just wipe the Mets entirely, you've played really well against other really good teams.
Okay, I ask you this question right now. Phillies win the World Series.
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Does Joe Girardi get a ring?
Yeah, of course he does.
I'm John Middleton.
No, because you're saying that, Connor. It's voted on. It's not a foregone conclusion.
He absolutely gets a ring.
The players that are on the World Series squad vote on who gets a share of the money and who gets a ring. Does Joe Girardi get a World Series ring? I would say absolutely not.
No, he definitely does.
I think
you think they'd vote him a share and give him a ring.
Yes.
I think the kindness of the guys would, because if you're Bryce, you've been with him 2.5 years. Do you really want to? He probably would. Would
he want it?
He probably would. If I was in that locker room, the vote's no. I'm going cold-blooded.
By the way, this is a ruthless topic.
Yeah,
it sort of popped into my head, but
he
I'm
wasn't
thinking about
a
that.
bad guy. Was he negligent?
That's why I think the players would vote yes.
Nobody's saying he's a bad guy.
Well, then they'd vote him in. Why else would they not want him to get a...
That doesn't necessarily happen.
And why else would they not want... He was here for multiple years. He was here for a good chunk of this season. He won them some games. He didn't win them some games, but they won games under him.
By the way, it's significant money.
Sure.
I know clubbies who paid off their mortgages.
Wow.
With World Series shares from last year.
That's pretty cool.
Paid off mortgages. Just gained...
I don't think there's any doubt they'd give him one.
You don't think there's any doubt?
No.
Well, can you imagine that ring?
I'd be like, no. You caused us to be bad. Get out of here. Get lost. Scram.
I wouldn't vote for him to get one.
I would absolutely vote for him to get one. And I don't like Joe Girardi as a manager, but...
I got you, but 22 and 29, he dug them.
Who's part of this team? Does Didi Gregorius get one?
No.
Well, he's going to get one. So.
I know he will.
No, Didi would get one.
Right, well... He didn't
then Girardi would get one.
Now Didi would drop it.
Would Nick Maton get one?
Yes.
Well, Nick Maton's given less to his team than Joe Girardi did, even though Joe Girardi stunk.
I disagree. Nick Maton's not digging
them
holes.
He's played 6 games at the major league level.
But that's not his fault. When they're asking him to play, he's playing pretty well.
Listen,
is
I
he
like
not?
Nick Maton, but come on, Joe Girardi managed this team for 2 months.
Yeah, but he dug
of
him
the
into
season.
a hole.
He still was part of the team. Did bad players on the Eagles Super Bowl team get a ring?
Yes.
Yeah, they were a part of it.
A lot of other people did too. All right, coming up, strange endings. We'll get to that. Plus, Ryan Sickler's going to be at the Helium Comedy Club this weekend. He'll join us. He's a big sports fan, too. We'll talk a little sports and have some fun with him. John Kincade Show on a very relaxed Friday here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Get the new BetParx app. Get it soon because it's everything you could possibly want in a digital casino and sportsbook app. That BetParx app has got you covered for football season. Once again, I'm not betting preseason football games, but I will bet preseason futures because I believe the Birds are winning the NFC East. I believe the Birds are going over 9.5 wins. I'm jumping on board right now, and you can get a risk-free bet if you're a new customer up to $750. Just go to betparx.com, download the app. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. You can even bet on personal statistics. Who's got the most passing yards? Who's got the most rushing yards? Last year, Jamie and I had a conversation. I placed a bet on Defensive Player of the Year, and I cashed it. Use the BetParx app. You're going to love it. It is fun, and the casino games are cute, too. You're going to have a good time with those. Look, it's all in one amazing app. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm in for a bad hair day.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic, the Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by Corona Premier. Next Tuesday, August 23rd at Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
Take a day off and spend it on the links with 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show and Anthony Gargano will broadcast live, and everyone from The Fanatic will be there.
Dad, he got all of that one. Dinner is included and your first Corona. is free.
Plus, everyone gets a free pair of tickets to FanFest 2022.
This is almost sold out. Sign up now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the American Association for Cancer Research. Support life-saving cancer research by making a donation to the AACR. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR.
97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic.
Presented by Corona Premier, the exceptional light beer. Steven Singer Jewelers. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
And 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Philadelphia.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey, Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So, you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles, too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Not long ago, I wouldn't even leave my house.
Addiction had such a hold on me.
I was a stranger in my own life.
My sister told me about 844-REACH-NJ.
I learned about medication that could support recovery.
And it's working for me.
With medication supporting my recovery, I'm moving forward.
844-REACH-NJ was my first step back into life.
And it feels amazing.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Call 844-REACH-NJ to learn about medication that can support your recovery. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac. Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. For Al Capones near you, text premium to 909-909. Text premium to 909-909.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it. to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Are you a skilled and creative carpenter? If so, Valley Grove Construction is looking for you. We keep our carpenters engaged and motivated by doing a variety of work throughout the day. We strive to keep a safe and entertaining work environment, so our carpenters look forward to coming in each day. If you're looking to make top dollar and join a company that will truly value your talent, please apply today. That's ValleyGroveConstruction.com and click on the Join Our Team link. Apply today. We're waiting. ValleyGroveConstruction.com. That's ValleyGroveConstruction.com.
Virtua Health is here. Here for you in all the moments that matter. Because they all matter. Here to be your trusted healthcare partner. From the simple to the serious, we ensure you can feel your best and live your life to the fullest. Find a Virtua physician at Virtua.org. Virtua Health. Here for good.
The John Kincade Show.
What matters is what the fans are saying on Twitter and other social media platforms. The true barometer of success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Hopefully your Friday is going to be entertaining and fun. Ryan Sickler is going to be at the Helium Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow.
We should do a show outing down to Helium at some point where we can all coordinate.
He's got 2 shows tonight.
I love Helium Comedy Club. It's
a great club.
Awesome place to see a show.
So we'll talk to Ryan in just a moment or two. He's got a podcast. He's into the podcast world now. Doing some things.
Who isn't?
Now, and he's from Baltimore. He's spent a lot of time in Baltimore.
I wonder if we're going to hear the Baltimore accent.
He's not from Baltimore, though. He's a Californian, which is crazy. We'll find more about. But he spent a lot of time in Baltimore, which is like its own entity. It's the South.
Baltimore's not the South. Baltimore's not the South.
Connor continues to argue this.
Stop it.
Connor, Baltimore is in the South. It's not an argument.
It's not.
It is the South.
No, you're like those people who believe Central Jersey exists.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
Does
Baltimore's
the
not the South.
What's Princeton?
Does the North and South?
No.
Does the North and South exist?
What?
Does the
like
North and
country?
South exist?
Yeah, sure.
It's in the South.
Nah.
Baltimore is in the South.
Nah, the South starts like halfway through Virginia.
Halfway
Baltimore's
through.
not the South.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's the South. I know you went to Oxford, but did you realize that there was a thing called the Civil War? Do you understand
I've heard of it.
Okay, where did the people from Baltimore fight? Who did they fight? What side did they fight on?
You know, I think they actually split. I think the state of Maryland was split.
No, they did not.
I'm going to be honest. I think the state of Maryland was pretty split if you look back on it. But the line was drawn.
Baltimore was in the southern.
It's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Correct. And Baltimore was in the southern.
But no one from Baltimore would call it the South.
Nobody in Baltimore could count themselves fighting for the North.
No one from Baltimore would call it the South.
Maryland, the far west of Maryland, was probably the area that was most vulnerable.
I have to side a little bit with Connor here. Although Maryland stayed as part of the Union, more Marylanders fought for the Union than for the Confederacy.
Was the population was along the west.
Oxford, bitch.
Oxford. Did you learn that?
Yeah,
no,
they taught me
you
that.
picked that up just the 1 month you were at Oxford.
Exactly. Could you imagine if I stayed like a month and a half?
When they hand you
the rocket ship,
the diploma, it's not actually a diploma. It just says Oxford, bitch, and it says you get to say this to people now.
That's all you know what? I never actually opened my actual diploma. I didn't get a diploma.
It probably just says Oxford, bitch.
My actual diploma, I still haven't opened. It's still in the tube they gave me at graduation.
It's still in the
6
tube?
years ago.
You didn't have it framed?
No.
I didn't have mine.
What am I
framed.
getting?
Those frames are like $250.
What am I going to hang it out by the desk back there? What do you want me to do with my diploma?
Yeah, I got nowhere to put it in my house. Who cares? It's worthless.
Connor, that's something. Put that in your Sunday show run sheet. That's ridiculous that you have your college diploma like sitting in a box.
What am I going to do?
You went to Oxford, dude. You went to Oxford.
My diploma is not from Oxford.
Well, you got the Division III diploma?
Yeah, I didn't get a diploma from the month study abroad. You don't get a diploma for studying abroad.
So what is the Division III?
It's just
What's
athletics.
it?
You
why
gotta
do you
get
keep saying
off
Division
this.
III?
It's not Division III academics. It's Division III athletics.
Is that like isn't that the Jamie
There's some
line?
really smart Division III schools.
There really are.
Dental vision and plans are available for everyone starting under $8 a month at teethkeepers.com. Go to teethkeepers.com and enroll yourselves today. Coming up tonight, there's 2 shows, 7:30 and 10 o'clock, as well as Saturday, and tickets are available at the Philadelphia.heliumcomedy.com. It's comedian Ryan Sickler, who joins us here live in studio. Ryan, were you just down with Peter and Stan?
I was.
You were there, and that whole gang, Carter and Melissa and all them?
Yeah, down the hallway.
Yeah. We're big fans of Peter and Stan.
They're big fans of you guys. They walked me down here.
They did. I said they put the rose petals out for
They
Peter
did.
and Stan. For them. No, when they get in the morning.
That's who they're for?
There's somebody that meets them in the lot, takes their bag, makes sure that everything's like polished in the studio, sanitized and everything. We just get thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
We don't know who's coming in over here.
We're the dumb sports guys down the hall.
It's a pleasure to be here with the dumb sports guys down the hall, man.
Glad you could be here. Ryan, what's the, as a sports station,
Yes.
a lot of times you'll get a comedian in, and then they won't be a big sports fan.
I'm a big sports
I've
fan.
heard you're a big sports fan. Now, the thing is, though, we talked about allegiances earlier in the show today. Who are your allegiances to? And more importantly, when you're attracted to an athlete that you decide is like he's your guy, what is it about them?
All right, good questions. First of all, I'm a Baltimore guy. I heard you guys talking about it. Actually, I want to just
You're a
clarify
good Southerner.
something. You say Southern. Maryland, and I had to learn this in school because I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school, and college.
You didn't go
all
to
in Maryland.
Oxford like Connor went to
I
Oxford
did not.
for a month. He went for a month.
It was a study abroad.
He went right. He did. Now he went division
Summer semester.
Now he went Division 3. So
Summer.
they had to balance it out.
Maryland's one of the very few states, there were a few, that fought both North and South in the Civil War, not just South. So they were a split state.
It depended on most Western.
I'm not sure what it depended
Well, I
on.
mean, you Oxford guys got to get this right.
We'll ask Bob Cooney when he's back in. He was there.
Please.
I feel like there were maybe 3 or 4 states that fought North and South, and Maryland was a split one. Because it is technically the South, because it is below the Mason-Dixon line. It is below the Mason.
Where did you, how did you migrate to California?
I always wanted to be a comedian, and it was either New York or California, and I was tired of the winters here. I was tired of, getting up in the morning at 6 a.m. and starting my car, and I had a Honda, and I have to climb through the hatchback because the doors are frozen shut, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm going to California. But still a diehard Oriole fan, which has been rough, and recently they're fun. But I'll never forget 1983. What's up, Philly? And then Ravens. I'm a diehard Ravens fan. But I was also a Baltimore Colts fan. I'm old enough to be a Baltimore Colts fan. And, when they left, people were like, you're still not going to root for the Colts? And I was like, that's like rooting for your ex-wife to win the lotto. I would never do that. So what hurt the most about that, in 1983...
You guys won the World Series against us.
We did. That's why I said I remember Philly.
Oh,
you guys
boy.
won that first one, then we swept you.
You did.
Line out to Cal Ripken Jr. And Cal and Eddie are my 2 favorite Orioles ever. So, but I was supposed to be a ball boy for the 1984 Baltimore Colts. My dad had taken us to a practice. And, now they're selling or giving tickets away. You can't even get into these practices anymore. But back then, there was no eBay. There was no anything. So we're right on the sidelines with the players and everything. And this receiver named Raymond Berry asked me if I wanted to play catch. And Raymond Butler. I want to say Raymond Berry. He's the GOAT.
Raymond Berry is the GOAT.
He's much older than I was. Raymond Butler asked me to play. And while I'm soft tossing with him over there, he was like, what do you think about being a ball boy next year or whatever? We could talk. And I was like, yeah. So my dad talks to the people, and I'm going to be a ball boy for the Baltimore Colts in 1984. And then in March of 1984, right after I turned 11, in the middle of the night, my dad shakes us all awake and tells us to come downstairs to watch the Mayflower moving trucks.
Oh, no.
Driving off into the middle of the night with my ball boy gig and my dad's new season tickets.
See, Connor, you're too young to remember that. I almost said you're too dumb to remember that.
A little bit of both.
They were like, I remember that middle of the night. They snuck out at like 4 in the morning, didn't they?
It was the middle of the night. It was snowing. and we're watching our team
And nobody
go to this
knew the
town.
Colts were moving.
And I knew Annapolis, but I never heard of Indianapolis. I didn't even know where that was when I was 10 years old, 11 years old. And I'm like,
You thought
where?
the Navy trained
just
in
going down-
Indianapolis? Where in the port of Indiana or something? Whereas so geography, you weren't going to be a geography teacher.
Not at all.
Now wait, they say that comedians pull their material from life experience and pain and struggle and everything. Doesn't sound like the pain and struggle's there. I mean,
Oh, please. I mean, my father died when I was 16. My mom had left the family before that. So my brothers and I have been on our own since I have a twin brother who's a fraternal twin. We've been on our own since 16, and my younger brother was 13. So it's been all us the whole time.
Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What was the biggest culture shock going from Baltimore to California for you?
The biggest culture shock was the food on the East Coast is way better than the West Coast. That's the big. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Maryland. I've eaten so well since I've been here, by the way. But the sushi on the West Coast is great.
Yeah.
The seafood, nah, at all. I'm still a big steamed crabs beer guy. We ship them out all the time.
Yeah.
And do it our way.
I'm an O'Brecky's guy down there in
they
Baltimore.
don't have it. I'm Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Jimmy's is good, too.
Yeah. But that was the biggest culture shock. And then also, it's a melting pot, So when I got to Los Angeles, I didn't know what an Armenian was. And then I started seeing these women, and I'm like, good God. These are Armenian women here? Holy crap, man.
Delco.
Oh, man.
You should come to Delco. There's lots of beautiful Armenian women.
Man, those
right here
Armenian
in
ladies
Delco.
are something. Man.
The comedian, does it give you confidence in every single part of life? Because we've met comedians before that come in and you turn on the light and they're funny and they're glib and everything like that. Turn off the microphone goes off and it's like all of a sudden they become wallpaper.
Yes.
Which shocks me. Because how can you stand up in front of a room and entertain folks and then the light goes off and it's like, okay, now I'm back into a shell.
It's mental illness. That's what it is. It's mentally ill to want to stand up in front of a crowd of hundreds or thousands of people that you don't know and try to make them laugh for an hour. There's something wrong with you. Thank God, but there's still something wrong with you. It's not normal to want to do that.
What's the thing that scares you the most? Because that doesn't scare you.
No, that doesn't.
So what scares you the most? What would you be most intimidated to be asked to do?
That's a good question.
Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing. I'm not a big dancer.
Singing?
Yeah. I would sing in a joking way, and I can carry a tune in my range. You know what I mean? I would rather, and I'll karaoke. I don't care.
Oh, okay, right.
I'll do
yeah.
that. But dancing, no. I've never feel more vulnerable than when I'm dancing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Is it that insecurity of thinking people are looking at you?
100%.
Because that's what it is. That is absolutely.
Yeah. So one of my big fears, I know you have a 7-year-old daughter.
Yes.
I have one that's approaching 4. I'm terrified of the daddy-daughter dance already.
Don't be.
Don't be for
that.
No, don't be for that.
It's not Dancing with the Stars, dude. You're in like a middle school gym.
Shuffle
You'll be
left
fine.
and right. You don't have to worry about that.
What do you have to prep me for these next upcoming years having a daughter? Am I in trouble here?
Man, you know what? No. For now, you're not.
All right.
For now, you're not. It gets better. The next 3 years are going to be awesome. Because
Okay.
when your daughter starts learning how to fully read and talk to you and have discussions about things they read and memorized and repeat things back to you, you're like, yeah, that's great. You love it. Then they get a little old. Like, I'll tell you, my daughter's 7. I just took her to summer camp, and I go to hug her goodbye, and it was already like, Dad. I was like, we're not starting this at 7. I picked her up and hugged her. She's like, put me down. So it's already the I'm embarrassed stuff.
All
you know?
right. Yeah.
Ryan Sickler. You can see him at Helium Comedy Club, Philadelphia.heliumcomedy.com. Tonight, 2 shows, 7:30 and 10, and tickets available for tomorrow's show, too. So get in and see that. You guys trying to make me cry. I dropped my 18-year-old off at college on Tuesday.
I'm not ready.
We had no tears. My wife and I, we talked about it the night before. My daughter, too, we talked about it. Not one tear shed. I come home, and my wife's ready to cry at every little thing. And then our daughter punked us. She left sticky notes, fluorescent colored sticky notes hidden all over the house. I don't know how she did it.
What'd they say? What's the one that got you the most?
Send money, was what she just got there. Her mother goes up to clean her loft area. The upstairs of the house is just hers. She goes up to clean it and everything. She goes into a drawer and it says, "Stop snooping."
So it's
That's
not
pretty good.
like I miss you guys.
To her mother. No, it's a stop snooping.
Yeah,
and it's and one is I went in this morning, grab a pair of sneakers, pick up the sneakers, and under it a fluorescent sign. So all of a sudden it lights up like the dark, and I look at it, says, "Call me today." And so that's got me going a little bit. But what you do is with girls, you prepare them to meet guys like you. Honestly. And guys that you don't like, you prepare them to meet guys that you don't like.
That's right.
And you prepare them. And then you unleash them.
Well, I've got a 19-year-old stepson, and he just turned 19. He's been feeling himself, too, because he shot up to 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm
6'5".
Yeah, I'm 5'10", and I talk about it. Like, he likes to walk around the house and literally look down at me, and he likes to head fake me, try to get me. And I know he's establishing dominance and wants to see weakness, but I told him, and I'll tell you all, Philly, too, I don't get scared. I get startled, okay? And there's a big difference. Scared's running. Startled, when I get my bearings, I'm coming out swinging, okay? I just need to know what's going on real quick, but he's doing it all the time.
All right, I got to see this, too, on the sports front. Just one thing, too, is, so you were a Colts fan.
I was.
Then the Colts go to be the Browns.
No. The Colts just go to be the Colts in Indy. The Browns.
Oh, no, the Colts went to be the Colts in Indy.
Right.
Did you follow them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
it's like rooting for your ex-wife to hit the lotto.
Who did you root for till you got...
Man, I was lost.
Till you got the Ravens.
I was bounced around. Well, I'll tell you what. The silver lining in that was it made me a football fan. So I really liked the Seahawks at the time with Dave Craig and Steve Largent. Loved the Giants when Hostetler won the Super Bowl. I was a Raiders fan for a little while. And then I was not a fan of the way we got the team after losing ours the way we did.
Yeah, because you stole Cleveland's team.
Well, they moved.
No. Just like the Colts did.
The Colts were stolen.
The Colts
Browns
are the same
had
thing.
A heads up.
Same exact thing.
They had a heads up.
You took another city's team.
They loved the former Indians more than they loved their Browns and built them a new stadium, and then the Browns said, we're out of here. So
that
come to
sounds
us,
like a rationalization.
And the NFL said the Cleveland Browns were so storied and so great because they had done so far nothing in the NFL that they needed to have another team in 3 years. So in 1999, the Cleveland Browns come back, and Art Modell did the right thing. People hate the man, but the man left the history of Cleveland in Cleveland so that Jamal Lewis is never breaking a Jim Brown record.
I wouldn't want the stink of it on me.
Right? Nobody's breaking a Jim Brown record. And the Cleveland Browns have had probably a top 5 pick since 1999, and they still suck. Okay? So they were doomed no matter what. And Art Modell did us a favor. We've got 2 Super Bowls down in Baltimore.
So what are you doing on the Honeydew podcast? You got a podcast going on, too?
Podcast is called The Honeydew because Honeydew is, I was telling you guys out there, I was having dinner in a diner one night. I don't eat the honeydew because I just don't mess with the honeydew. And as I walk out, it's all over the tables. And I'm like, God, this is a perfectly good fruit that people just toss out. And I was like, holy crap, that's me in life. People have thrown me away again and again and again. And I'm so sick of seeing, everyone's highlight reel on their Instagram or their Facebook. I wanted to highlight your lowlights. So now we come in and we talk about your lowest times, your worst times, and we make light of it and laugh about where we are now and how that got us where we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's all the dark.
That's a great premise.
It's all the dark, worst times, and we find some light and laughter in that and, highlight the lowlights.
That's got to be more difficult to find the humor in the darkness than maybe the observational humor of a Jerry Seinfeld or somebody like that.
You would think so. You would. But the thing that I've come to love again about comedians is they're just special people that can take that darkness and spin it into humor, and that's a gift that not a lot of people have.
All right, I got to ask you this one, though, and just talk about this moment here. What, as a comedian, you can deal with an issue like this? Why am I not allowed to park in an electric vehicle spot with my regular car when an electric vehicle is allowed to park in my spot?
It's a great question, and I just think you should park there.
Because, by the way, there's
Just
no
park there.
Mess around, find out.
I pull into them and just put them in my gas tank.
There's
and
no there is no, by the way, there's no law to it.
Yeah, no, there's
so
no
if you
law
want to park in an electric car spot, you can.
Yeah, it's
now
not
that
a handicap
I guess you'd be
space.
considered that you're being a jerk if you do it. But to me, why should an electric vehicle be allowed to park in regular spots? If we have to, and why does the company or the business required to give you free electricity for your car? I don't understand this.
I'm with you on it. I mean,
why would businesses have to, you go to the mall? Why do they have to pay for your trip to the mall?
For your electricity to charge up your little car.
See?
It probably doesn't cost a lot, right?
I don't care what it costs.
It costs
It's going to
something.
rise up your cost somewhere.
It's not
because
free.
the mall has
I'm in
to
there
provide
paying
it.
an extra $1 on a Sbarro slice of pizza because you got to charge your car
That's
outside.
the authentic New York slice
I'm
right
getting
there.
a bag of Annie Ann's. It's another $1.50 now because you got to charge your Tesla, bro.
Connor, tell Ryan your theory today that you threw out to us in What World. I want to see where Ryan falls on this.
We're putting him in charge of heck?
No, 10%.
Oh, 10. Oh, okay.
10 cents.
So you got options. You can either spend $10 a day at a grocery store to eat, or you get $100 to spend, but you can only eat out of a vending machine. You going with the $10 so you're hungry all the time, but you get better food, or you're never hungry, but it's all like Doritos and party mix and stuff like
Ryan
that.
says, I'm going back to Peter and Stan. This is stupid crap.
No, it's not. You're taking me back to my old UPS days. Shout out to UPS Baltimore Hub, Primary 1 Joe Avenue. I used to work there. And I'll tell you, there was a guy there named Pat that would change his whole job. This is wild. You're making me reminisce here. This dude was hired by the state because he was an ex-con who had come home, caught his wife and best friend in bed together, shot both of them.
Oh, my gosh.
Can't remember who he killed, but he got one of them. Served 20 years. He gets out. The state makes him work the vending machines at UPS, okay? And, I mean, these had roast beef sandwiches.
Oh, my gosh.
All kinds of stuff. So if it was that kind of vending machine, I would take it. If it was just your standard M&M's, Doritos, I'd take the $10 and I would go to the grocery
You
store.
were finding weapons in that machine.
Listen, Pat was the man. Pat also ran all the bookie stuff for
there you go.
So that was my guy for football. He also ran the lotto. We did our own lottery in there. And even look, I'll rat them out. Even the executives were playing.
Yeah, but
okay?
Ryan, tell me you're not eating roast beef sandwiches out of a vending machine
Don't do
often.
that.
I won't. I did it all every night. when I
How
worked
long are
there
those good
years.
for?
Well, I saw him put them in fresh. You know what I mean? I saw
fresh.
Pat. I had the inside to Pat. You. Let me tell you something. When someone tells you they killed someone and you know they served 20 years, you call that man sir. You know what I mean? You're just nice to him.
That's fair.
Ryan Sickler, you catch him at Helium Comedy tonight, 7:30 and 10. Tomorrow there's a show, too, on Saturday. Tickets available at philadelphia.heliumcomedy.com. It was an absolute pleasure, Ryan. I hope you have a great weekend, man.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Get over to Reading Terminal Market.
I can't believe you just said that. That's where we're going today.
That's where it's gonna go.
Go to DeNick's, get a roast pork, sharp prove, broccoli rabe.
Boom. I don't like the broccoli.
I don't
rabe.
like the
Leave the broccoli rabe off.
Everything else, I'm down.
Yeah, get it.
Gotta love Ryan Sickler. Thank you, Ryan, for hanging out with us today. We got a lot coming up in the final hour of the show. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. I know this. I wanted to lose 30 pounds after the doctor said, I'll give you an A on your physical, if you can do it. 25 down because of CoPair. CoPair Health is absolutely amazing. Go to copairhealth.com. Tell them that John Kincade sent you, and you can get on the program. If I told you that 16 weeks ago I would lose 25 pounds, I don't think I would have believed it. But CoPair's led me through the process. I'm not eating pre-processed foods. I'm not eating, I'm not taking hormone shots. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just learning how to be an adult and how to come about my eating patterns a little more responsibly. I love CoPair. You will too. You get great coaching. You can save hundreds of dollars on your program when you mention John Kincade and you do it. You want to look sexy by Christmas? Santa hopes you do. So what I want you to do is go to CoPair, CoPairHealth.com, and tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Fanatic Fridays are presented by PumpManPhilly.com. Need a water pump expert for your facility for 24/7 emergency repair or pump replacement? Count on Pump Man Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow.
This is Parks.
This is how you roll. This is how it goes. This is how you pop. This is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite. This is how you all night. 360 hit me. Now we're going all in. I can feel it calling. The crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right.
Parks, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Must be 21. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is sports betting about to become way more fun? You bet. Because the BetParks app has a brand new sports book. Live bets and parlays? You bet. Instant deposits and incredible app experience? You bet. Plus, your first bet is risk-free up to $750. So, are you already a winner just for signing up on the BetParks Sportsbook app? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
Hey, it's Cuz. Look up. Is your roof old, tired, maybe even starting to leak? Don't trust just any company that does a roof. No, trust Anthony and the true roofing experts at LaBruciano Roofing. Anthony! The only roofing expert that I trust. Anthony LaBruciano. His team at LaBruciano, one of the few roofers in all of the land that has earned the prestigious honor, Certainteed 5-star select shingle master. That means the best warranty in business for you. 50 years from the manufacturer, 25 years on the expert installation. Call now, schedule an in-person on-site estimate. You'll have the peace of mind you're dealing with the best. Call 610-265-ROOF. That's 610-265-ROOF. Or go to PARoofPros.com and you can check out their beautiful new 23,000 square foot showroom in Collegeville where they're stocked with a huge variety of windows, siding, shutters, anything you need for your home's exterior. Trust me, once you meet Anthony LaBruciano, you'll see why he's the shingle master.
I want to take more chances with the embroidering.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Machine is coming. Bert Kreischer, the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday, September 3rd and 4th.
This is how bad of a parent I am. I went to a parent-teacher conference. I make a cup of coffee, I grab 2 Diet Cokes, go to the parent-teacher conference, crack my Diet Coke, take a sip, and realize I have a Coors Light.
There's more at BertBertBert.com.
I pushed back into it and I killed that Coors Light.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Bert Kreischer live. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City.
We're very excited about our new show, The Best Show Ever. And we want to thank the best partners ever.
Rowan University. Affordable tuition, strong academic programs, and vibrant campus life. Online at rowan.edu. And Landis Block and Concrete. Create your very own jaw-dropping outdoor paradise. View photos online at landisbc.com.
Thanks for supporting The Best Show Ever. Afternoons on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You finally got that new car, so you called your insurance company.
Your call is important to us. Please hold.
We are the tippy top, we're top insurance.
You ended that call with their jingle stuck in your head. Then, you called NJM.
Thanks for calling NJM Insurance. This is Claudia. Let's see if we can save you up to 25% on your auto insurance.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com for a quote.
Are you a skilled carpenter with a creative side? Are you tired of not being challenged, appreciated, or just hate going to your current job? If so, Valley Grove Construction is looking for you. We keep our carpenters engaged and motivated by doing a variety of work. We provide a safe and entertaining work environment, so our carpenters look forward to coming in each day. If you're looking to earn top dollar and join a company that will truly value your talent, please apply today. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click on the Join Our Team link. valleygroveconstruction.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection, poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster in the back.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car.
in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
Show's a hit. Yes, the critics love it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's Friday morning. The week has just been absolutely crazy. The heat wave's over. There's lots of beautiful ladies looking to meet you this weekend. For you women, there's lots of hunky guys ready there. But you know what? You got to do one thing before you head down to Sea Isle and hang out with Heavy Chevy or go to the party spots. You need to go into the boss's office on the way out today. And you know what? You got to say, I'm tired of it. I'm not doing this anymore. You can take that job and you can shove it.
He's still dancing behind me?
He is. Connor Thomas trying to be in striptease.
I don't need Pat or Connor ever striptease dancing anywhere near me.
It's 97.5 The Fanatic. We appreciate you being a part of the show.
I wasn't stripteasing. All my clothes stayed on.
I don't know what you were doing, but it was good. Hey, look, you're moving better than I could dance.
I'm no Pat Egan.
Yeah, you're not Pat Egan, but you're not bad at the dancing thing. I'm horrible at it. I mean, if you are young, attractive, and single, lady, Connor will go to any wedding with you.
I am a great wedding guest, like top tier.
I would imagine you would be.
Great conversationalist.
You've been. You're an Oxford grad.
I'm an educated gentleman.
Yes,
educated chap, as they called me.
You know what, by the way, gentleman says here that, no, you can say, well, I was educated at Oxford.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a graduate of Oxford.
You don't. He says it's the wording that kings. And he goes, I can only imagine that Connor would then be attractive to intelligent women.
Well, the thing is, they got to talk to me for me to tell them that, and immediately they realize that I'm not.
So you're not just going to get the Kelly Bundys anymore. When you just say to them, well, I was educated at Oxford. You're not lying at all.
No.
That fits.
Oxford, Mississippi?
No.
Yes, Mississippi State.
Pat, I can tell you this, James. Not many people are getting educated in Oxford, Mississippi. You know why they call it Ole Miss? They go for the MRS degree down at the Grove.
Oh, yeah.
The average, there's a number that they brag about. That the average girl gets married by like 24, 25.
Jeez. It's
the MRS degree.
I was not prepared to be married at age 24 or 25.
No, you would have been a bad husband at that age. A bad husband. You wouldn't have been prepared for what
I just wasn't at that stage of life.
Exactly.
Yet.
That's why I went to Oxford. I was looking for Emma Watson. I heard she was around.
Speaking of strangers thing, I just saw was it Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
She's taking classes at Purdue online. Kind of random.
So the best she could do is Purdue?
That's what I kind of thought. It might be something specific to degree.
So Connor got to take classes at Oxford? Purdue's very good if you want to be like an engineer.
Yeah, I think it's a good engineering school.
Really good school. Engineering. I don't know about anything else. But 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster, thebagster.com. Endings are always strange in thrillers, whodunits, and soap operas. I can promise you. There's always strange endings. Think of the strangest endings that you've ever encountered as a fan. Now, I'm going to say, I am taking off the board the Deshaun Jackson punt return to walk off against the Giants, any of the Miracle of the Meadowlands. What are your strangest memories as a sports fan of endings?
Oh, you didn't take
games?
You didn't take the one that came to my mind right away. The Phillies World Series, rain delay.
That was really crazy.
That's insane.
Now, are your strangest memories more positive or negative? For the people out there in the audience. And by the way, if you've got one and you want to join us with it, 610-632-0975. And in this exercise, if you participate, you can win FanFest tickets. So, I mean, if it's are your strangest memories of
Well,
endings?
that one's happy because the game ended well and Jeff Jenkins did what Jeff Jenkins did.
What, wasn't it 2 days, though?
Yeah, it was over 2 days. That's the
terrible.
weirdest thing ever. A game gets suspended in the World Series in the middle of it, and you pick it up.
It shouldn't have been suspended.
That I remember the Sports Illustrated cover was asking that same question. Like,
the Phillies should have won the World Series.
I mean,
good news, they did.
Yeah, they did. Luckily, they did. Thank you, Pat Burrell and Jeff Jenkins. But that's bizarre for a game of that magnitude to just end midway. Like, I can't imagine I did the shows at the time, but I was more in the producer role of doing a suspended day-long wait to resume a game you could have won the World Series on. That's just
awful.
Bizarre.
No, it's terrible.
That's the strangest one I got.
Is that the strangest one? Connor, you have a strange one?
Are we staying strictly Philly sports?
You as a sports fan.
Okay.
So maybe Oxford had a big cricket match.
Yeah, the big rowing team.
Rowing competition.
But no, there was a Maction game, a Western Michigan Toledo game.
I love Maction.
Western Michigan.
Tuesday night, right?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yep.
It's great.
But Western Michigan was down like 2 touchdowns, no timeouts with a minute and a half left. They scored, recovered the onside kick, drove like 40 yards with no touchdowns, and then ran a fake spike to a guy that no one had covered because the other team hadn't substituted correctly. And ended up winning and covering backdoor for me in like the last minute and a half. I was screaming. It was like Tuesday night at like 10:30. My roommates think I'm crazy, but yeah, Western Michigan, Toledo, great game.
I wonder though, but you don't feel the impact of that.
No.
Because it wasn't your
my
team.
My bank account did. That
like
extra $2.50, Johnny.
I remember, to me, the strangest endings was the series was going to be over. I'm working for the Flyers, 1987. Leon Frederick and I are charting the video and statistics and everything for the coaching staff underneath the stands at the Spectrum. Game 6, Thursday night. Flyers are losing, and we're down in the third period with like 6 minutes to go. They call a penalty on Edmonton. It's 2-1. Brian Propp scores in the power play. And then J.J. Daigneault scored like 30 seconds later. And at the end of that game, after they take the lead, the building was rocking so bad, we were literally like the cement stands are right above our office, and things were shaking in the office because we were right under it. The whole building was shaking.
shook.
And it shook. And there was crazy saves. Go back and watch the end of that game. Ron Hextall, for some reason, tries to get out of his net and play a puck to try to put it down the other end of the ice. It gets picked up by Messier, who has an open net, misses it. It gets blocked by, I think, Brad Marsh. Then
not Brandon Marsh.
Then I think Hexie lost his stick in the last 10 seconds, and Gretzky's trying to score.
Jeez.
It was nerve-wracking. That, to me, was the craziest, sort of strangest ending that I remember.
Yeah, there's a more painful one that I don't want to steal from a caller unless they have.
Okay, let's see.
But it's pure pain, and it's recent.
All right, well, we'll get to it. Bernie is joining us on a cell. Bernie, strangest ending.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Always glad to listen to you guys, even though I'm at work, and I'm always glad to listen on YouTube. So
thank you,
for
buddy.
Always bringing great content because I always love seeing the guys whenever you're always out in public. One of my strangest endings, unfortunately, I wouldn't call it recent, but it's one of the saddest ones. It was the 2010 Flyers Stanley Cup where we didn't realize that there was a goal from Patrick Kane going past Michael Layton, and we were just in shock. Like, I was with a bunch of people, like, just like watching, and we're like, wait, did the game just end? And we were just like in dead silence, and it was just pure sadness. We all like just get up and walk. We don't even say anything like goodbye or what a great run. We just walk out in sadness. It was
and the building didn't even know it. I mean, didn't even know that the game was over.
I was in the building for that game, and I was down on the ice after the game watching the Blackhawks skate around with the cup. That was pure pain.
I don't even think like the alarm siren.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. It was pure just.
Bert,
yeah.
Bert, are you coming to FanFest yet?
Not only am I going, I'm bringing like a bunch of people. There's gonna be like 5-10 of us going. Oh yeah, we go hard.
Okay, you got enough tickets? You ready to come? All right, we'll look forward to seeing you there.
We've got 4. We're getting a couple more.
All right, I'll put you on hold. Make sure you got them together here. I want to talk to Eddie in Philadelphia. Eddie, what's going on this morning?
How we doing, gentlemen?
We're doing well. Eddie, you got a great voice, man.
Oh, thank you. I've been told I have a sexy radio voice.
You do. You're a sexy.
Hey, how we doing now?
You're a sexy beast there, Eddie.
Good to see you guys. Happy Friday. Obviously, the Flyers was one where I think everybody, when they heard the question, thought of that one. And, yeah, that was painful. But I got to tell you, as far as odd, you guys remember when the paraglider went into the boxing match?
I don't.
I vaguely, yeah, I
Wait a minute,
remember
that was
it.
in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Was it a Tyson fight?
It was, yeah, and it was
Caesar's Palace.
Yes,
maybe.
The parachuter came in, and everybody started beating up the parachute guy, and then the two rings, the two fighters, their entourages started fighting each other. It was just absolute pandemonium.
Hey,
It's funny. I sent a text out to my buddies. We're on a Phillies Friday night block pool where we just run it on Friday nights. And I always give a synopsis of the matchups. And how did we get so lucky with the pitching matchups?
Oh, my God. Well, the Mets have 2 injuries, and then they wanted to win the Braves series, which they didn't win. And so they pitched Grom and Scherzer against them. So there you go.
This is fantastic.
Eddie, you going to FanFest? You want to come?
Gents, I'm dying. I'm running my buddy's bachelor party next Saturday.
Well, no, it's not till October 1st. Dude.
It's not the last weekend of August anymore?
No, it's October 1st. I think Eddie's coming. I think Eddie's got no excuses.
Yes.
All right.
I'm in.
All right, you're in. We'll put you on hold. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, no excuses. He's running a bachelor party next weekend.
Oh, boy.
That's a great bachelor party weekend.
I've always wanted to do the SEC game bachelor party
the weekend before college football begins. Where would you go, though?
New Orleans and drive out to Baton Rouge.
You go to Baton Rouge for a Saturday night game?
Wait, how do they pronounce that again?
Baton Rouge.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'll hire a bus and take the boys out. I think that would be a fun bachelor party.
I mean,
and then you get the city experience too to complement it.
Well,
yeah,
Noel's pretty cool.
New Orleans is gosh, it is absolutely awesome.
I've always wanted to do that. I got to make that happen at one point.
Hey, dental and vision plans for everyone starting at under $8 a month at teethkeepers.com. Go to teethkeepers.com and enroll today.
If Dante doesn't take mine, I will spill my painful, strange ending.
Okay, one more. Dante will get you in here. Dante, how are you?
Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Doing all right, Dante.
So, Jamie, this one's painful. It may be on the same page. I'm not sure. But that ending where we lost to Kawhi Leonard on that 4
You got it, Dante. The
There it
quadruple bounce.
Here's the thing, though. Does anybody regulate that Kawhi walked twice?
He did walk twice.
Well, he did.
Yeah. So that was one of the most painful endings I can remember.
All right, well, Dante, you're already coming to FanFest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right, we got you covered.
Yeah, the
Thank
quadruple
you, buddy.
bounce. I mean,
That was terrible.
That's insane. And Embiid and Simmons played great defense on that. Kawhi traveled at least once. You could probably make the case for twice, but what a weird way to get eliminated.
I was so angry.
I was
like that.
I wasn't even angry. I felt like my heart got ripped out of my chest.
I remember turning the TV off and I sat outside for around. I think I sat outside for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I sat in the alleyway behind my house on the ground getting rained on for like 30 minutes because there was like a light drizzle.
I was not happy. That was not fun.
Another one that the Villanova Chris Jenkins shot was...
That wasn't strange ending, though. There wasn't anything strange.
But Marcus Page making that shot
before
before that.
Yeah, that was
the
strange.
fact that there was potentially 2 game winners in 4 seconds was pretty strange. Cryptic Gaming on YouTube says the Stephon Diggs touchdown versus the Saints. That was pretty strange.
And I still think that was part of God stepping in to get us a Super Bowl.
I think the Eagles were going to whoop anybody's ass in that NFC Championship game.
I watched that one live with my mom and brother who are Vikings fans. They literally were tears in their eyes when Stephon Diggs.
Could you imagine losing a game that way?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Oh,
but
man.
you saw him make the catch, and I'm yelling, "Get out of bounds!"
Who was the
'Cause I think
dude that
there's
missed the
someone over
tackle?
top. Was it Lattimore?
No, I think Lattimore was covering him, but
Nah,
somebody
yeah.
had a cleanup shot at him and completely missed.
I'm not sure, but
brutal.
Hey, it's officially patio season at PJ Wellaghan's, the perfect setting to enjoy your favorite craft beer and award-winning wings, plus happy hour specials available every weeknight. Everyone loves PJ's, which is absolutely awesome. You're going to love your PJ's. Check it out. We will do PJ's after Mass tomorrow.
Nice.
So watch the early Phillies game, go to church, go to PJ's, watch the late Phillies game. That's like
That's a nice day right there.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Well,
And maybe it helps with the Bailey Falter start that I'll go and pray at church.
He'll be all right.
Before the Falter
They've
start.
won 5 of the 7 games he's started.
Yeah, he'll be all right. They got a great bullpen.
Not because of him.
No, he's been fine.
Don't give me he's been fine garbage.
He's been fine. We're throwing him every 5 days.
I mean, you got Brogdon coming in middle relief. I mean, the bullpen's
that has
a
nothing
strength.
to do with Falter.
But it's a bullpen game. He's just got to get you through 3 or 4. That's all.
I mean, he's been fine.
Yeah, he's been fine.
Stop it with the fine. No,
I mean, I don't want him going forward. I prefer Thor here, but he was fine.
Do you really?
Yeah, I prefer Thor. A guy that can go 6 or 7 innings.
If he's not, as long as he's not trying to ditch them.
I don't care how it looks, as long as he keeps the earned runs under 4, and it's all good.
Just really, that still is going to bother me big time. We would be trashing any other athlete to do this.
What, Thor?
Him ditching the Mets.
Oh,
we would be.
I think it's weird as hell.
If it would be somebody ditching us, we'd be roasting them.
I don't get it.
Well, I do.
But
he don't want to face them.
He just doesn't want to get rocked by them.
I mean, he just doesn't want to.
That's the only way I can come up with is he goes, oh, well, they know my stuff and they're good.
Yeah, we're still in the coincidence zone for me.
It's not coincidence, and you know it.
I
it's not coincidence.
Know it.
Yes, you do.
He's been pitching on long rest all year.
No,
we don't know for sure.
He pitched on short rest to miss the Mets.
No, he's been pitching his pitching schedule's been variable all year. It was with the Angels in games that didn't matter. We're still in the coincidence zone. You guys could end up being right, but right now I'm not ready to say that he's ducking them.
All right, I must ask you this. Now that we know the 11-game suspension was the penalty, is there anyone out there in Eagles land who wants a redo and says, okay, now that I know the penalty, I'd be willing to sacrifice 2022 to have Deshaun Watson moving forward? Do you believe there are Eagles fans out there who are saying, yeah, I'd sort of take that? Because you'd know going forward that you had a quarterback, a creep, but you'd have a quarterback. That you know.
Yeah, there's
Deshaun
definitely
Watson's
fans out
going
there.
to be a top 10 start in the NFL.
I mean, there was guys out there that would have done it before knowing even what the suspension was, so they'll definitely do it after 11 games. I wouldn't. I would have no enthusiasm for an Eagles season if Deshaun Watson was the quarterback right now. So it doesn't change anything for me. But I'm sure there's people out there that would. I prefer to enjoy my athletes I root for.
I agree with you.
I would find no enjoyment of him being here for the next 7 or 8 years. And if they won, it would be a slightly tainted enjoyment.
Yeah,
I can't lie to myself and say I'd enjoy it just because Deshaun Watson led the Eagles to a quarterback or a Super Bowl. It would be slightly less enjoyable.
I want to know how his attorney massaged the suspension to, not be a full season.
And then the game they returns against is the Texans. Can't tell me that it wasn't in the mind of the NFL. The upstanding citizens they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why 11? It seems like a weird number.
It does seem like a weird number. Almost like it was scheduled for the Texans.
Well, wait a minute, though. I'm going to give it this. Is that the compromise was they had given him 6.
So give him 12.
The league wanted to go 17. So then you take the additional 11 is 5 more games. I guess that's what they said.
I'm not a math guy.
Even at Oxford, you didn't take a math class?
No. Political science.
It's amazing here. So it's these numbers.
I wouldn't do it either, though, for all the reasons Jamie laid out.
What were you going to do with your political science?
I wanted to go to law school.
So you did?
Yeah. I was pre-law. So I was economics, political science, double major with a concentration in pre-law.
What made you not want to go into law?
I had a buddy who played baseball who was 2 years above me, was in my fraternity, 2 years above me, and he went to law school, and he was like, you got to be 100% committed to doing this because of the workload. And I was already not all that into school as a student anyway. So I was like, nah, I'm going to try my hand. You could always go back in a couple years, but I was like, I'll try my hand at getting a desk job, working world.
Which you hated that too.
Yeah, ended up here.
And you ended up with us.
I like this. This is all right.
I mean, it works out well. Okay, debate here. Do you have to pay for the electric spot?
So you can explain this to me. With the Tesla, there's such a thing as a supercharge, which you pay money for, that charges your car at a faster rate than some of these others.
But
some of the general ones, like the ones in our building here, he doesn't have to pay.
You don't have to pay for those.
But it takes longer to charge.
Okay. You plug it in, you go into work, and you...
So it's like a premium. You pay for the faster charge. I think you can get some freebies for free. It's a slower charge.
I saw the Frank Farley Plaza has an entire now row of places you charge your electric car. And they weren't charging for it. They weren't charging for that.
But unless you're getting a supercharge, I don't think most people have the time to wait for a decent charge at the Frank Farley Plaza.
Well, wait a minute. If you're just trying to get home, right?
Yeah, but Egan was saying it takes a little while. Like, even if he charged it for the 5 hours he was here every day, it still would only get him to, maybe 25 or 30%.
Oh, I thought overnight you get, if you plug it in overnight.
Overnights, yeah, you probably could. But he can go do a supercharge for 15 minutes and get the same.
What do they charge you for a supercharge?
I think he said $15.
What? This is a racket.
But if you're not paying for gas,
people are running.
So
I'm saying the electric car people, the owners are making out.
So the charger then has a. By the way, the making of the batteries for these electric cars, and I'm buying a hybrid, so I'm not anti-electric cars at all. I'm more of the hybrid type model where it's not going to be plugged in. But the making of these batteries harms the carbon footprint worse than if you drove around for multiple years. The battery production alone, they're terrible for the carbon footprint. So, I don't know if this is – I border on racket.
So is Bitcoin and all that.
Right.
That stuff's terrible for the carbon footprint because of the amount of computer mining that has to go on behind the scenes. It's weird. People are trying to make the Earth a better place, but
maybe you're trying to make it exactly. And the thing is that what I don't understand is that we're trying all these high tech measures to make the world a better place, and we're all for it. We're all for a beautiful, cleaner planet, cleaner air, things like that. And then you drive along the Schuylkill. And if you're on the Schuylkill Expressway today, I want you to just look to your left and look to your right. There's trash everywhere. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's pitiful that there's trash. You cannot go a mile that you could not fill multiple bags full of trash that people are just throwing out of their car windows, and it's not being picked up. The streets aren't being cleaned. Then are these? Do we not have free labor? Is there not some free labor that we've got? You can't take a bus out. Can you not have inmates pick up as part of your thing?
Is there even shoulders?
There's some shoulders, is there not? You know the tunnel you drive under right near Penn before you come upon the football stadium?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's disgraceful. No wonder it's overrun with rats. People are just dumping McDonald's bags and trash bags full of stuff.
The thing that drives me nuts with littering, and it's the number one most littered thing in the world, and it's not even considered littering, cigarette butts.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's just
keep your cigarette butt in your car.
Yeah, you're responsible for it, and you just see it constantly. Just people flicking them out the window like it's not littering. I'm going, well, that's littering.
Would you consider toothpicks littering?
Yes, and it's filthy.
That's disgusting.
So something you've picked all the bacteria in your mouth.
No, what if you just chew on it to look cool while you're driving a convertible? Hypothetical.
What are you, UL Washington?
Mopar says you should adopt a highway, John, like Kramer. You can go out there and clean it yourself.
Adopt a highway.
Yeah,
just don't change the lanes.
Change the lanes.
No.
You can clean up.
I would say to Mopar, with all due respect, I would say I can look. I'll give him a copy of my property taxes, and thankfully in my area, I'm very pleased with how they keep our streets clean.
Well, we'll adopt a highway, and the next person to get suspended has to clean it.
Now,
that's a great idea. The John Kincade Show Highway
adoption program
by the Beasley Media.
I would absolutely volunteer to do a shift cleaning up a roadway, to do my part. I would absolutely do that. I think it's disgraceful.
I used to do it in South Philly. I'd walk around with a giant trash bag and plastic gloves and pick up.
I think it's disgraceful.
And it never ended. And then I went insane.
All right, coming up, we got question for you foodies. It's right up Jamie's aisle. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know this, Landis Block and Concrete is about to make our lives really, really happy. Well, partnering up with our own personal contractor, Tony, Landis Block and Concrete is going to build us a beautiful backyard paradise. It is absolutely awesome. Christina went to their beautiful showroom. I call it a showroom. They call it a store. Up in Souderton, Pennsylvania, it's a showroom because you get to go in and you get to see all the different materials, many of them produced right there on site, that you can decide. Do you want the pavers? Do you want the more flat tile? Do you want to build towers in your back? Whatever you want it to look like, if you dream it, they can build it. And absolutely, when you have the imagination, the space, and the budget, Landis Block has all the materials that you're going to need to create that amazing backside of your house. Outdoors, patios, kitchens, fire pits, a retaining wall, whatever it is. Construction on ours is going to begin in the next month or so. We're loving it. We're loving Landis Block because they're helping us through the whole process. Go visit landisbc.com on the web. Get some ideas, brainstorm yourself, and then meet with the people at Landis Block. Jared and his entire team are going to help you out. You're going to create your own jaw-dropping outdoor paradise.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory. And you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like zero down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month. With no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. With the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Guess what, folks? Yes, you know it. It's August, going into September. College football is back. It's time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook to celebrate the best time of the year. And right now, new customers, well, you can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. If that's not enough of the action, you can also place the same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Just combine multiple bets into one, like which team will get the win, which team to score first, and more. I love these. I've been telling you about them for so long. How about a few games on, let's go to a little bit later in the month. Let's go to Northwestern and Nebraska. How about UNLV, Idaho State? Well, you could pick one of those games and then go in there, pick the winner, the first half, the second half, and put that into one big parlay and see how you make out. And don't be worried because DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So all you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Bet just $5 on any college football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward with all your school printing from Staples.
Okay, class. Refer to the seating chart for your desk assignment. Class?
But we can't read yet.
Don't worry, they'll get there. Now get 30% off school-related prints when you spend $25 or more. This year, go forward to school with Staples. In-store only, exclusions apply. One coupon per customer ends 8/27. Visit staples.com/school printing for coupon and requirements.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, like Wangeshi.
Hey, I'm Wangeshi from Atlanta, Georgia. As a journalist, I rely on my Cricket service for pretty much everything. I need to edit interviews, check emails, and stay updated on developing stories. It's huge for me to have Cricket's 5G to keep me connected on the go.
Get nationwide 5G on all plans, plus a free Cricket Dream 5G when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customers paid for their testimonials. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply.
See cricketwireless.com for details.
A new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store is now open at the Overlook at King of Prussia. Get ready to score up to 70% off thousands of items from your favorite athletic brands. Check out can't-miss deals for the entire family, including tees, tanks, shorts, leggings, footwear, golf apparel, and more. Plus, new styles arrive weekly, so there's always more from the best brands. Check out your new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store for the grand opening celebration, August 19th to the 21st at the Overlook at King of Prussia.
Are you a skilled and creative carpenter? If so, Valley Grove Construction is looking for you. We keep our carpenters engaged and motivated by doing a variety of work throughout the day. We strive to keep a safe and entertaining work environment, so our carpenters look forward to coming in each day. If you're looking to make top dollar and join a company that will truly value your talent, please apply today. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click on the Join Our Team link. Apply today. We're waiting. valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
The BetParks app is absolutely amazing. And do you realize your hometown baseball team may be favored for every single game of this homestand, 11 of them over 10 days. That's plenty of opportunities for you to get in on the BetParks app. And you know BetParks always has great content. Are you following along on Twitter? Follow them on Twitter. Follow on Instagram. You can find lots of great odds boosts, too. All kinds of little games you can play to make your weekend even more exciting. Now, you may want to wager on the Eagles game on Sunday. I avoid preseason football games by the spread, but I love all the futures betting. So we did an exercise yesterday about who's going to win the divisions all over the NFL. Well, then bet on them. You can bet on futures bets and take advantage of it there. You are absolutely going to love the BetParks app. It's so easy to use. It's so much fun. You get a risk-free bet up to $750 when you use the promo code Kincade. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You know, Staples has got everything you need for school at going back to school, prices that aren't going to hold you back. Don't send your kids back to school. Spring them forward at Staples, the working and learning store. Liv starts classes Monday. This welcome week.
They just get a fun week.
This welcome week looks fun. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I remember the first time I realized I was like away and could kind of do whatever I wanted.
Wake up when you want, do what you want.
It was a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah,
it
it's
is a cool
syllabus
feeling.
week. Silly week is the best week of the college semester.
What is silly week?
Syllabus week, where you just go to class and you only get your syllabus. No
And then
test,
they basically
no homework
send
or
you on your
anything.
Okay, let's be honest.
I partied my ass off.
Oh, for sure.
And kids are, especially on a college campus, when you get to the next classroom, you're checking out the guys are checking out the girls, and the girls
Of
are checking
course.
out the guys in the class.
Yeah.
Do you have a good-looking class? Do you have people in there that are, that you're interested in meeting? That's
Right.
part of it, right?
How do I obtain a 30-pack of Busch Light?
Yes.
That was probably my number one thought.
That was your number one agenda item?
Yeah.
Busch Light, really?
Yeah, I was a big Busch Light drinker in college. It was cheap. It was like $12.99 for a 30-pack or something like that. So, that was my price
Connor,
point.
what was the dive beer for you?
It
back
was
in the
either
day?
Natty Light or Natty Bow because
Natty Bow's not bad, though.
Natural Bohemian was great. It was like about $12.30, which
The
is
Southern boys.
Natty Bow's not. I would drink Natty Bow today.
yeah.
They love Natty Light just as a status symbol. That it meant that they were not the bougie Southern boys.
Right.
The Southern boys,
It's
real
the common
Southern
man's
boys.
beer.
Yes, they loved that.
That first week
was
of
always a
college
huge
was
fan.
fun.
Always a good time.
My freshman roommate was the captain of the ballroom dance team.
What?
You could say we were.
Hang on, back up.
You could say we were opposites.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
He was the captain of the. First of all, I didn't even know there would be a captain of a ballroom dance.
Damn right, somebody's
And what
got
do
to
they do?
captain it.
What do they do? Like they tap out, and then someone else comes in and dances for them.
I'd come home some nights and he'd be, having a lady over and they'd be practicing ballroom dancing in
Is
the
that
room.
what the kids call it these days?
No, literal ballroom dancing,
Oh,
Connor.
okay.
Like, are they wearing gowns and stuff?
No, I mean they would just wear their normal clothes, but yeah, dancing.
It's very dance is very.
We stayed
sexy.
together. A lot of people move and bail on a roommate that we stuck it out for the year. It was fine.
Yeah, you were fine with that.
I mean, it wasn't preferred, but I wasn't going to be like, you're so weird, I'm out.
My
So I just
freshman
stayed with him.
roommate used to yell at me in his sleep. He used to sit up. We were in a double, and our beds were like.
I can only
across the room from each
imagine
other.
why.
He used to like sit up, dead in his sleep, and just turn and just yell like nonsense, and then lay back down. I was like, oh, that's weird. Wouldn't be every night, but every once in a while.
It's pretty weird going to live with somebody in a room where there's no real privacy when you don't know them, just a complete stranger. It's a weird thing.
I couldn't believe that within the move-in situation that Nat is my daughter's roommate.
You say Nat?
And they moved, and within 10, 15 minutes when they're talking to each other, it seemed to me like they knew each other forever. I'm not usually like that in that type of situation. They acted like they were just.
Well, there are similarities. You're going to the same school. You're probably from generally the same place. You're the same age. There's a lot of similarities there.
Works out well. Okay, get this. So yesterday, I meet my buddy Pete Dunn.
You say Pete Dunn?
Pete Dunn's a great dude. By the way, too, what's strange is the 6 Degrees of Cooney. Pete Dunn lives in Jersey, and Pete Dunn has known the Coonies forever.
Of course.
Like, I mean, he knows them all. He knows the Cooney kids. He knows the Coonies. He's all.
Does he know Rock, Tim, Glenn?
I think he probably would.
Yeah.
But Pete and I used to work together before I did this.
Does
for
he
a
know
living.
Tasty Cake Dom? That's the real question.
He may.
Yeah.
He may. I still haven't gotten those tasty cakes, but that's another issue.
One day.
Yeah. Tunis has been a party to that, too. Yeah, I'll get them one day. So yesterday we're having lunch over at Lucky's.
Love Lucky's.
Lucky's. Love Lucky's Burgers on over in Manayunk. And we're at lunch, and he's never eaten there. And I said, you're going to love the burgers here. They're absolutely amazing. And he loves peanut butter.
Oh, he got to get the PB&J burger.
Okay. Well, no, it's not PB&J there. It's peanut butter and bacon there.
They have a PB&J, too.
Oh,
I
do
believe.
they?
Yeah.
I didn't.
They won the Burger Brawl, I think, like
It's
3 or 5.
PB&J and bacon. It's all three.
PB&J and bacon.
Yeah, it's all
okay,
three.
so I was wrong there.
It's
okay.
delicious.
He would not try it. And I said, Pete, you love Pete is obsessed with peanut butter. He loves it. And I said to him, well, then you got to try that burger. Nah, I'm not going to try it. So I'm not an adventuresome eater either. I love Jif peanut butter.
I think it's pronounced GIF.
I don't like any other peanut butter.
Really?
No. I could tell Jif from a mile away. You put 10 peanut butters in front of me. I could
Crunchy
tell
or
you,
creamy?
Creamy.
Absolutely
Don't
correct.
like the. Do not like the crunchy.
I like the crunch.
I don't like the
peanuts
crunchy.
in my peanut
I don't
butter.
want
That's
peanuts
the
in my
point of the
peanut butter. Right.
Yeah.
I bought the butter because I don't want the crunch.
The texture.
But so I'm not an adventuresome eater. I wouldn't try it either. I always go with one of their like the bacon cheese, something like that. What's the strangest thing you eat or combination of foods that you like, since we're doing a little Stranger Things thing today? What's the strangest thing that you eat or the strangest like combination you put together?
Ooh.
Of foods? Because I got to think you've got one. Connor, I know you have one. You got a cast iron stomach.
Yeah, I could eat anything.
But what is the strangest food that you eat or combination of things that you eat?
I love the seaweed snacks. Like the seaweed, I
didn't even know that was a
It looks
thing.
like an index card. It's just dried out flavored seaweed.
What?
Really?
I think people would consider that strange. I love them.
Is it salty?
Yeah, salty. Some you can get spicy.
Really?
Delicious. And it just
Okay.
kind of like melts on your tongue or on the roof of your mouth.
Coach, you're a foodie.
Love those.
What's the strangest thing that you eat or strangest combination?
A couple years ago, I was out having dinner at a restaurant, got some filet.
Okay.
And on the plate next to whatever the food I had sour cream that I put on my plate for something. I don't even remember
was
what
it
it was.
potato?
Was it like horseradish sour cream?
No, it was just regular, sour cream.
Huh.
And I cut some steak up, and a little bit of the sour cream got on the steak, and I started eating. And even today, I will take steak off the grill, and I will dip it in sour cream. And eat it.
That's an interesting combination.
That's pretty weird.
I don't
That's
like sour.
strange.
I don't like it that much, but I'm not eating that.
I don't
That's
like
strange.
sour cream that
That's
much.
strange. Connor, you have one?
Yeah, when I get chicken quesadillas, I dip them in honey mustard. I get honey mustard with my quesadillas.
But then
because
all you get is
you
the
think about
taste
it.
of honey mustard.
Nah, you get the chicken quesadilla and the salsa and a little bit and everything, but I always ask for a side of honey mustard because a chicken quesadilla is basically a chicken tender. It's bread.
No, it's not.
It's bread and it's chicken, and it's cooked up. What's a chicken tender? Breaded chicken that's cooked up. What do you dip your chicken tenders in? Honey mustard.
You have not had PJ's chicken quesadilla. The girls love them. And they're
the same ingredients.
But it's like they do the spicy sort of chicken.
Yeah.
Little flavorful chicken. Then they put in the salsa. They put in the guac. They do all that stuff.
Well, you can dip it in, but like your regular base chicken quesadilla, honey mustard, dip it in there, maybe a little bit of salsa.
Well, you're eating base chicken quesadillas then.
Well, yeah.
By the way, just the idea of all that bread just...
As a kid, I did this. I don't do it anymore, but the ramen packs.
Okay.
I would sprinkle the chicken seasoning on the ramen and just eat it raw.
Like the hard noodles?
The hard noodles.
Doesn't that hurt your teeth?
No.
How hard are they?
Pretty hard.
I knew somebody back at Peabody Hall, back at Temple University. They've torn it down now, the old dormitory I was in. That would take chocolate milk and put then the dry cereal in it.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
So they'd eat like Fruit Loops. They'd eat Captain Crunch. They'd eat, whatever cereal at the time out of those canisters. So you just go under and you open the canister.
It's still
and
milk.
then they'd put chocolate milk in it.
I mean,
so they'd have chocolate milk with Cheerios.
I'm not opposed to that.
Chocolate milk. The worst was chocolate milk with Raisin Bran, and I would want to gag.
Well, Raisin Bran is just nasty to begin with.
But the guy was built like a brick, and I would go, okay, he just can eat whatever he wants, because that would be something Egan would do. Chocolate milk, something like that.
I used to make popcorn, and then I'd get a Hershey's bar as soon as it was like fresh out of the microwave, and I'd put it on top so it melted over it. Do like a popcorn and chocolate.
So I did this the other day with popcorn because my daughter loves popcorn. I made her a popcorn. I left like a third of the bag in the bag. I had an open Chick-fil-A buffalo sauce container that was in the fridge. So I just poured it in the rest of the bag, shook it all up. Buffalo popcorn, pretty good.
Buffalo popcorn.
That sounds great.
But you know what?
Pretty good, I gotta say.
Nobody eats anything weird then.
I'm not too weird, no.
My mom grew up. My mom was born 1929. So she was born right before the stock market crash, raised during the Great Depression, went to high school in the Second World War. So she didn't grow, and she was one of 6 kids. She didn't grow up real affluent. So she ate sardines.
Yeah, no, I'm out on that.
I don't like sardines.
My mom would the little can would open up and the oily fish coming out of it, and she would eat sardines.
Oof.
And I was like, oh, God.
I'm not a seal at SeaWorld, so therefore I will not be eating sardines.
Now, I learned 2 rules in our house from that I remember. One was, as my mom said, when you're hungry enough, you'll eat it, as a kid. And then it was, don't yuck someone else's yum.
Okay. I like that rule.
Don't yuck. If someone else likes to eat something, don't sit at the table and go, ew, you're eating it.
Yeah.
No,
my wife will do that sometimes.
Don't yuck.
Some yums need to be yucked.
No.
Some
yums need to be
Don't yuck someone else's yum.
Not everyone's yum is
shame.
correct.
Don't yum shame.
We'll yum shame if it's a different yum.
James Ream on YouTube chat says his wife likes to put Frank's Red Hot on her watermelon.
Because that sounds interesting to me.
That does sound kind of good.
You know what, though?
Spicy water?
Because of Jamie Lynch's influence. We'll go for our weekend little breakfast date over at Market Street Grill. And we roll in a couple weeks ago. And
hot sauce on the omelet.
I never ate. I don't think I ever ate an omelet. I never ate an omelet out in my life till Copair. And so the other day, like 3 weeks ago, I said, you got the Franks?
Yeah.
They had the Franks.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, they have, you'd love this place. They have like 5 or 6 choices of hot sauce.
Love that. I hate a place that only has Tabasco.
Yeah.
You got to bring some options. Luke Gio on YouTube says, I dip my fries in blue cheese if it's there with my wings. I do that. I don't think that's strange.
If I get any dipping sauce at all,
that's legit.
I'll dip fries in anything.
Shout out Kirsten from Florida. She says,
What's up, Kirsten?
My boyfriend's family does hot dogs topped with mashed potatoes and American cheese. It's actually pretty legit.
That sounds awful. Texture-wise, that sounds terrible.
Textures, that's crazy.
And somebody else said dipping potato chips in ketchup. I don't think that's weird. That's just delicious.
Yeah, French fries are potato chips.
It's potato and ketchup.
No,
Great
potato
combination.
chips. French fries and ketchup is fine.
No, the potato chips and ketchup are good. Yeah,
it is not
it's
the same.
essentially the same.
Because the ratio of potato to ketchup is not.
Well, they just take less.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you say catsup? What did
Are you a
say?
catsup man?
I didn't say ketchup.
It sounded like you said catsup.
Oh, I maybe caught myself in there. I'm definitely a ketchup.
Okay, cool.
Let's get to.
That's what people are weird.
Let's find out what you're going to do this weekend when you're living like a Lynch.
Want to live the good life? Then live like a Lynch.
I love the echo.
Like a Lynch.
The echo and the cash register is perfect.
Yeah, a couple things going on around town last night. Dinner in Blanc was last night down there. Yeah, I hate that.
I missed it.
Yeah, it's
Why do you hate that? It's cool.
No, it's too much work for me to have a meal out.
Okay.
It's cool that you get to eat in different places, but other than it's just
Really?
you got to bring your own table, your own silverware.
In the city of
You're paying
Philadelphia
for
right
it.
now.
It's fine. So the dinner in Blanc, if you went last night, I hope
And
you had
just
a
off
great
of a
time.
pandemic.
This weekend, the BMW Championship is down at Wilmington Country Club.
You should go, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm going on Sunday, thanks to Mrs. Rich Ivanisi. They are having the tournament down at Wilmington Country Club. Started yesterday. A lot of the big golfers are here. So if you have a chance and you're a golf fan, get down there. Golf tournaments are great. I went to the BMW at Aronimink a few years back. It's a great event.
Have you played Aronimink?
No.
Bob has.
Yeah, Bob has several times.
I grew up right near it. Never.
I would love to one day.
Never played
But I'm
it.
going down on Sunday. Should be a great time down there at the BMW Championship.
It's going to be a great time.
Something me, my wife, and the girls are doing on Saturday. One of my favorite local breweries is Warwick Farms.
They're young to drink, your daughters.
Well, you got to start them young. They're doing their beer and music festival out at the farm this weekend. It's a great brewery on a farm, tons of land. They're doing a music fest this Saturday, so I'm heading out there with the family. A couple festivals around town. The Festival of India is happening Saturday at Penn's Landing, and then on Sunday, the Philadelphia Caribbean Festival or Caribbean Festival, however you want to say it, at Penn's Landing is happening too. I like Indian and Caribbean food, so I'm good with both of those. Unfortunately, won't be able to make it. It's the last weekend of the Oval XP on the Ben Franklin Parkway. If you haven't gotten down and you've meant to, last chance to do that. Good spot for kids. They have some mini golf, food trucks, Imagination Station. They have like builder kits and interactive games. So that's a good little family thing if you want to catch that before it leaves. A couple concerts going on around town. Brandy Carlisle at the Man tomorrow night, and Goo Goo Dolls. I know Connor's a big Goo Goo Dolls head.
Big time.
Sunday
it's my
night.
favorite band named after Baby Talk in history.
Sunday night at the Man Center as well. And John, your girl Blondie will
I love Blondie. She's at Parks, right?
She will be at Parks Casino tomorrow night. So if you're jonesing to catch Blondie, it's not too late.
Okay, our buddy Bill Strobel, talented artist.
He's a restaurant man. He's a food head.
Yeah, guess what? This gives me the freaking creeps. Did you look at it?
No, I didn't.
You know what it is? Connor, if you can take a look from the other room in there.
Are those pig hooves?
It's a pig's face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm not eating pig face.
Do you eat sweetbreads?
No. I hate sweetbread.
I mean, I'll eat it, but not. It's not something I ever want to like order, but my wife's into it. She likes the livers and pâtés and sweetbreads. I'm mostly out on that stuff, but I'll taste it if it's there. But a pig head, I'm out.
Okay, by the way, you got a little breaking news. You want the Braves to get bad news?
I like that.
Marcelo Zuna got arrested again.
Again?
DUI.
Jeez.
And that is a very trusted cop source telling me so. After coming back of his domestic abuse and then suspension and
he had a
everything like
domestic
that.
abuse? I didn't even
Yeah, he
remember
got
that.
domestic abuse and then he got arrested for DUI now. And so he is under arrest. And I was just like, I said sent the text, how do you know? And he goes, when you're at the booking, you know.
Well, does that involve a Major League Baseball suspension?
I would imagine when you've already been in trouble, that doesn't look well for you, which is good. So it's good. That's good for them. But you make millions of dollars.
Yeah, just
get a damn driver, for God's sakes. How ignorant are you?
I was having this conversation with
ignorant are you?
Anthony the other day. Like, Las Vegas is just not a great place for an NFL team to be. They had like 5 or 6 arrests of Raiders players last year. The horrible case of Henry Ruggs. It's like, dude, you've won the lottery in life, and you're just going to throw it away because you don't
drive.
You don't hire an Uber
Get
or
a
a
driver,
Lyft?
you dope. No, get a driver, you dopes. I mean, seriously.
Even if you don't go out, just get the Uber, man. It's not any.
It's not that hard.
Yeah,
we rented.
I don't get these guys.
We had a driver for the kids for prom night, and it was like $300 or something for the night.
Yeah,
$400
I'm pretty
for
sure
the
these
night.
guys get like league-sanctioned Uber cards, don't
No,
they?
the league will get
Teams
you
will
a
provide
private
them.
car service, and they provide it in the NFL. By the way, today at 5 o'clock, there'll be a major announcement about FanFest 2022 from FanDuel Sportsbook coming up Saturday, October 1st. Wait for the announcement today. You do not want to miss it. FanFest coming up. We'll have an announcement today at 5 o'clock. I wonder what Ty and the gang are going to be sharing with us today. Might want to make an announcement too. May want to hear it.
Anthony, what's the weirdest thing you eat? You have any oddities?
Well, you know I'm a lemon freak.
Yeah,
I
you
love
eat lemons. Yeah.
You do?
Love lemons.
I love lemons too, but I'll never eat them.
No, I don't eat them like that, but I have eaten. I've taken bites of lemons.
Yeah, I peel them and eat them. It's my favorite.
I
food.
had I did have bites of lemons. Lemon was the only thing that I could eat to get the metal out of my mouth doing my cancer treatments.
Oh wow!
So I would literally have a fresh lemon, slice it up, and I would freak my friends out. Literally eat the lemon, chew it, and swallow it, and it was the only thing getting the metal taste out of your mouth.
Wow!
So that was like the only thing that did it.
Yeah, I love them. I peel.
Well, you like it in your nice.
Yeah, I
gin
like it
and
in
tonic,
in my cocktails, but I like it's dessert for me. Like I'll peel them and eat them while I'm watching the game.
You know, it's great.
Like an orange.
Anthony's like a super villain. And I could see Anthony being like the villain in the next Bond movie. And they're like his henchmen come in to tell him what Bond's up to.
Just peeling a lemon.
He's peeling a lemon and eating it. And Jamie, you could make a cameo as the person who peels the veins off to make sure that there's nothing. The way you dissect
those Clementine veins.
I like those Sorrento lemons because I enjoy the thick.
That's a tasty item.
The thick skin like that, so I eat that stuff.
Well, you use that but you use that in cooking though, also.
Yeah,
you use the Sorrento for your lemon zest and stuff.
Yeah, but I like to eat them. I'm telling you, they're like a grapefruit. I love it. I'll eat them in the morning, at night. I love them.
My mom used to put a little bit of sugar on her grapefruit.
Yeah, I eat the grapefruit.
When she'd eat the grapefruit, but she'd sprinkle
I like the yellow ones because they're more sour. So I eat those in the morning too.
And I would say
I'm on this diet, like I just do my own. So I eat my yellow grapefruit in the morning.
I would say as a kid, going
no sugar though.
Mom, what do you sprinkle a little sugar on grapefruit? Isn't that defeating the purpose? Why don't you shut up and eat? Something. Why don't you just shut up and eat? Like stop telling me what I'm eating. We were told in our house. My mom taught my daughter a line that she's kept. You hear something alive.
Yeah.
Don't yuck someone else's yum.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that. I heard you say that.
Don't say yuck if someone else's yum finds it yummy.
You're right. And I have a habit. Like
you do that at a table?
I do it to Tunis all the time.
Well, he's a weirdo.
Eats cold food.
That's weird.
Well, Tunis, though, the cold food stinks.
Right. I tried to tell him.
It does. It stinks.
Thank you, Johnny.
You open up the Tupperware.
Yes.
It's like you've let sarin gas out in the building.
Yes, thank you, John. I tried to tell Tunis. He had this chicken stir fry.
Oh,
it smelled
Who
like
the hell?
ass.
Who would want that cold?
It smells
exactly.
like feet.
It's stir fry.
Feet.
Yeah, I mean, it's nasty, right?
Heat is in the fry. It's in the word.
Exactly.
And that freshens up the flavors.
The leftover, right? I go, listen, I know, because then I think he got offended. I'm like, brother, I know you're a good cook and you use good ingredients. It's not that. It's that dish you can't eat cold. If you heat it up, I'm sure it smells good.
He was trying to argue cold Chinese doesn't have a smell to it. It smells like a dirty hamper.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's cold
You know
food.
why? You know why he's
coagulated cheese. It's gross.
You know why he's so.
I yuck his yum all the time.
You know why he's so fit and trim?
Yeah,
because his food sucks.
Yeah.
So he uses the leftover food. It makes him only want to eat like one bite of it. And he goes, "This is terrible."
Exactly.
That's
horrible.
What it is.
Get the hell out of here. Now I don't see the watermelon and the hot sauce.
I mean, I guess the hot and
No,
sweet.
you know what though? That's like the stuff they have at the Southern fairs. at the Southern Country Fair.
Yeah.
They would have the
That's
fair.
not my fair.
The fair is crazy. Hey,
I've never been to a fair.
You've never been to a fair?
Nah.
Oh, I'd love to take you to the Forsyth County Fair. Oh, they have stuff in there like
I'm anti-fair.
pig's feet.
I'd rather go with a dirty carnival than a fair.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
What is it?
I like a carnival.
What's it like? Naughty girls at the dirty carnival, or
Yeah,
what?
Dirty foot girls.
Dirty feet girls.
There you go. Good job, Anthony.
I was a kid.
Have a great
Teenager.
weekend. Have a great weekend,
Love you guys.
Anthony. Support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partner, H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Coach loves them. Jamie loves them. You know I love them. Make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. The John Kincade Show family entertains you on the weekend. You got Wake and Cake with Tunis and Pat on Saturday mornings, and our own Connor Thomas Sunday mornings. Wake up with him and Tom Albert on Sundays. You're going to love it. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back on Monday with the John Kincade Show. Have a great 3-day weekend, Jamie.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for